to box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yeah, you know the deal. We back again. Yo. A round of applause for Jersey's finest. A lot of content creators not worthy, but they minus. They get offended and start singing like the whiners. Talking like they tough, but it's only screaming and whining. My homie JusDue is the cat you don't come to. Your squad get run through. By the time you come to, you duck food. You suckers talk tough on the internet, revealing all your threats. Now we got you trapped in the net. JusDue be on this grind, y'all better hustle up. You deadlifted 90 pounds, we doing muscle ups. There's really no comparison. His voice sound like a derringer. Throwing a towel, it's just embarrassing. My dog Just very philosophical and psychological, and he mixed it all with good boxing news. These YouTubers feel like Bishop, I guess they got the juice, but it's lonely at the top. To Just it feel like child abuse. Be respectful, he don't wanna talk wild and loose. If you can't relate, you get dismissed like a mild dispute. These weird cats would tell lies, then they hide the truth. Why beyond views? You lose your life when you collide with dude. It's JusDueBoxing. All you cowards quit jocking. Kirk is official with no other options. Yeah, yo. You know the deal. Judah Ben, we in the spot. JusDueBoxing, yeah. And of course, shout out to Mrs. Do, holding the whole family down. Word 'em up, word 'em up.
Like me and Shakur, we talk like every other day. So, I'm not ducking or dodging nobody, but that's not somebody I'm just in a rush to get in the ring with.
Devin Haney reached out to Mark Kriegel via text and told him, I'm staying at 35 after I beat Lomachenko. That is a pay-per-view on May 20th. What does that mean for your future?
Hey, tell him, come on. I've been waiting for this for a long time. I swear to God, I've been waiting for that for a long time. Me and Devin been in the ring with each other for years. I always got the best of Devin. Tell him, come on.
All right, there it is. Shakur Stevenson.
You're feeling like you can go take Undisputed?
For sure.
Even if it's 75-25?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That's the issue right there. I know what I'm worth. I know who I am. I know, like, at the end of the day, you're not going to tell me, oh, we're going to offer 25% to Shakur.
Yeah.
But we're going to give this person this much, or we're going to give this person this much. And that's not even right. You only doing that because you don't want to fight me. It's basically a move for the public, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I pressed them out. So since I pressed them out, and nobody else pressed them out.
Send them some bottles at camp?
Nobody else went and pressed him out. I wouldn't have pressed him out. Yeah. So now he's trying to be petty and funny by sending me some little chump change.
Saying the first thing that I don't even know how it happened, because we thought that we was getting points. You dig what I mean? Because Core is an Olympian. Core always then got in on Devin. Nigga, are you tripping? You niggas, y'all, nigga, the whole shit started.
What did he say? What that man say?
Saying the first thing that I don't even know how it happened, because we thought that we was getting points. You dig what I mean? Because Core is an Olympian. Core always then got in on Devin. Nigga, are you tripping? You niggas, y'all, nigga, the whole shit started because it was live that we're in there with Core. not Core, is getting out on us. Like, he's the big nigga. He's the big homie. And the shit, it was never. We would always, nigga, first the gap was like this.
The
gap got closer and always. If you got off any with Core, it was a plus.
The gap, what?
That's how it was. All the way up until now, right? That's why I told you, I said, inside the weight classes, when we moving, just like niggas is moving now, brother, if it's too hot at 30, we already ready to go to 40, brother. Listen, brother.
Woo, woo, woo. What's good? What's good with the fam on this good Monday? We back to Get Boxing. It's Just Do. Y'all already know, man. If y'all catch this on the playback, sub to the channel, smash the like button, come be a part of the fam and join the conversation, man. We got a lot to talk about, as we always do in the sport. You know, we seen things erupt on Twitter again between Shakur and Devin. And look, I like the back and forth, even though I know who's next for Shakur is Frank Martin. We know it, but I don't mind the back and forth. I'm not really a fan of taking it beyond the realm of boxing. You know, in the low blows, I'm not into that. But as far as them actually ever lining it up and getting in the ring with each other, I'm always going to be on board for that. I don't care about the personal attacks. I'm not into that either. I'm not here to attack neither fighter. I just like the back and forth. It's heated and it's part of boxing is what it is. Let me say what's up to the fam, and we gonna get it started. Teach what's good. What he said, we need to focus on Shakur. Shakur need to focus on Dev. Is behind him now. Frank is in front of him. True indeed. But I think when you had to endure some of the slander and different things that Shakur had to endure over the last couple months, I think this was long overdue. You know what I'm saying? Ashley's corner was good with it, cuzzo. Yeah, I had to show that with the Usyk pick because he bogus. We're gonna have to revisit that too. C-Wood, what's good with it, family? How you feeling, my bro? Boxing matchups with D-Free. What's good, Brody? Jonathan, what's good, my bro? Aisha, salute to the queen. How you feeling today? Mike Kirkland, my bro. Big Cheesy, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling? What's good with it, Mike? The other Mike. Mike, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling, my bro? Greets, what's good, Brody? D1, my guy, what's going on with it? Yeah, man, Mike Kirkland, that guy, what's good? Miss Joette, salute to the queen. How you feeling today? You knew the whole time, Devin Haney, you are. Hey, man, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get to this smoke for sure, man. We're going to talk about it. Said, mouse click, my bad. Y'all heard me clicking away? I was clicking. YK Mel, what's good with it? Like that, what's good with it? No Haney bashing will be tolerated. Over here, like, one thing over here, if people ever listen to the name of my channel, Just Do, they'll know that in order for me to stay true to my name, I can't slander fighters. I don't do it. It's in bad taste. I really don't do it, right? We just talk about the information that's out there, and everybody is free to interpret it however they want. You know what I mean? That's why I say I dropped the link so people could, you know, break it down, talk about it, you know, point the finger, whatever people want to do. But we're going to talk about it. Rome the plug. What's good with it, fam? How you feeling? Appreciate you pulling up. What's good with it, YK? Andrew, what's good, my guy? How you feeling, bro? Dave World was good with it. Still turned down the contract. He never turned down the contract, bro. He never turned down the contract. If you could show me where he turned down the contract, I'll run with it. But I'm trying to tell you, the young man never turned down the contract. Yeah, facts. We don't do no bashing over here. None whatsoever. Mm-hmm. Soft thinking process. I feel you, cuzzo. Talk to him. It's about to get hot, man. It's going to get hot. 88 Sports Talk, what's good with it, fan? Flawless mentality. How you feeling, OG? Dr. Mark, appreciate you stopping through as always. Andre John, what's good with it, fan? Hey, man, somebody, I think one guy was trying to do it, man. One guy was trying to do it. Frank said, red sauce at the beginning of the line, man. Oh, man. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Man, let me make sure I ain't miss nobody, man. He said these takes age like fine wine. Knockout Boxing 86 TV. What's good, my bro? Good to see you in the building. Aunt McQueen, what's good? Y'all make sure y'all punch the like button out for me, man. Yeah, man, listen. Over here, I want people to understand something here, yo. Salute to my baby girl, the queen, Miss Just Do. How you feeling, baby girl? Now, listen, over here, everybody can have an opinion over here, yo. Long as it's respectable, right? We ain't just saying anything, right? It's not no one way to interpret what you hear and what you see. over here, I try to provide a platform where everybody can, you know, responsibly, respectfully just discuss what you think about the situation that's at hand. I'm not here to really point no fingers. You get what I'm saying? I will say this right off the bat. I'm not a fan of the outside the ring talk. I'm not good on that because they prize fighters. They don't get paid to fight outside the ring. They get paid to do it inside the square circle. You know what I'm saying? Ricky Williams, my bro, what's good with it? He said, LaVoice, what's good, bro? How you feeling? Salute to you, man. Step Brown, what's good with it, fam? Good to see you in the beginning. I mean, good to see you in the building. He said, yeah, man, my bad. I was clicking. I was clicking away, my bad. 2 Cents Boxing, what's good, fam? Tank ain't fight no one in his prime. I don't believe it. He's going to retire early with big cash. We're going to see, man. Shakur got a lot of people. Shakur let a lot of people know they've been in denial for years. Hey, man, we're going to talk about it. We got to. And I know people don't like, you know, right off the bat, you know, the video being leaked. But Sparky, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling? Actual cash cow for them? Yeah. Tank is the cash cow for everybody, man. Get too hot. It's only one way to interpret that. JusDueBoxing, that's my guy right there. Good to see you in the building. Salute to you, my bro. Person Tank as far as been in their prime. The guys in fought for their prime. The guy with their name ever past the prime. Guys, salute to my bro Mike Kirkland. Ready to hear some different opinions. Tell you get what I'm saying, bro? That's what this platform is all about. It's for the people, man. We talk about it. My word ain't law. I interpret things a certain way, and I understand other people do too. But I'm gonna be very firm. Like I haven't felt like I've never not called it down the middle. I don't care what fighter I like. I still can call it down the middle because it's never that serious for me. Salute to my bro putting that color in the chat early, man. Much love and appreciation.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Salute to my bro Mike, man. Right, professional fighter. This ain't the streets claiming some set not in boxing. Yeah, man. 35, 37 is Regis about to be 35. Where do you see a prime fighter at Devin fought? Salute to my bro Thomas, man. Salute to you, bro. Price Boy, what's good with it, fam? Gotta keep that up there for a second, man. Devin fought a young lion in his prime. I've been Joe Diaz, Linares 37, Lomachenko 36, Regis about to be 35. I feel you. 7/20/18, Shakur Haney talked about them fighting. It's gonna happen at 140. Yeah, I think so too, man. I think so too, Cuzzo. So look, right off the bat, salute to both of these young kings, man. I like the back and forth. I don't like the outside the ring talk. But I understand how it kind of got to this point. You get what I'm saying? It's only so much you're gonna allow somebody, I guess, to say to you before you kind of snap. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's what it was. I know people feel like, you know, the video leak was in bad taste, but I think it's only so many times you can poke the bear. And in this situation, I'm calling Shakur Stevenson the bear. Why I'm calling him the bear? Not because that's my guy, nothing like that. It's because he had to endure slander for a couple months straight, pretty much. Getting called ducks. I mean, people coming at him personally, attacking his character, his business moves, how he make fights, who he fight. I mean, everything under the sun, calling this man every name, everything but his real name. So when I see that they get back into it on Twitter, you know what I mean? It's kind of, that's not surprising to me at all. But I don't mind them two going back and forth with each other. And I understand why Bill would catch it straight because he's been on record saying a lot of things as well. So I understand where Shakur come from, but I'm not a fan of the bringing the ladies or the kids into it. Like when Shakur says something about, you know, Coach Kenny's daughter, I wasn't rocking with that either. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just not a fan to leave the women out of it always. The kids is off limits, and it's always fair amongst the men to me. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I look at that. Tay D was good with it, bro. Rick said timing is everything. Yeah, I feel you. I want Tank to be a top so bad. Laced out was good with it, family. How you feeling? Ain't fight everybody at 140 is too big of a risk for him to be at 135. True, it's just not healthy for him to be at 135 either. Respectfully, it's just not. Remember, heard those words come out of his dad's mouth. Wonder how he feels about it. Yeah, man, because he asked for it and he received. And I think once you once you say what you said about his mother, I think all bets were off. I think that's where, you know, I think that's where it got a little sticky. You get what I'm saying? Look, they grown men at the end of the day, but I say, like, you could leave the mothers out of it. I'm just about to pull up their little tweets back and forth. Y'all make sure y'all smashing the like button for you, bro. Ugas is interesting. Now, I still like Ugas, man. Still like Ugas. I don't think Ugas ever lost to a fighter that was trash. That's part of the way how you determine if somebody's truly a bum. If they out here getting their asses handed to them by trash fighters. I don't think that's the case with Ugas, even though he got about 4 or 5 losses and then fought at 30. Yeah, I think that was a slip of the tongue, though. I don't think he meant to say 30. That's me. I don't think he meant to say 30, but we're going to play that again, too, though. It is what it is. It's out here. Yeah, just leave the women out of it. Y'all can go crazy on each other for all I care, but not outside the ring. I'm not a fan of that. Never with no fighter, because it get messy outside of there, and y'all don't get paid for that. The reason we know y'all support y'all and rock with y'all is because y'all fighters inside the ring. Y'all professional prize fighters, and y'all do this shit for a living, and y'all do it professionally with the money on the line. You know what I mean? With rules and regulations intact. You know, the street stuff is again, that's just I ain't big on it. You get what I'm saying? Because that's not who they are. You get what I'm saying? Neither one of them. And I'll pull up another post from Shakur to let you know that he understands his place as a fighter. Like, he's a fighter, not a street guy. I know that might have came off a certain way, but I think once you brought his mom into it, I think that's what did it. You get what I'm saying? I think that was the tipping point. You get what I'm saying? You brought Mammy into it. September looking entertaining. Yes, it is, man. It is. Yeah, but I think his dad, like I said, man, I don't know about you, Jonathan. I feel like the dad is like, you know, they almost one and the same, and you know they all go back and forth, right? So I think it's fair amongst men, is what I'm saying. Amongst men, just not the women, me particularly. But you get it, I guess, when you say my dad, I can say your mom. So I get it too. But I'm not cool with it. You get what I'm saying? I would rather him not even have to say nothing about nobody but him. But it is what it is, right? Yeah, she not in boxing. His dad is. That's the only difference for me. And he's on record saying a lot of different things. So you get what I'm saying? So it is what it is, right, man? But look, man, this is what it is. This is where we at. Ant, my guy, Ant McQueen, what's good with it, bro? So it ain't nothing wrong with, you know, fellas going at the fellas. I just not a fan of seeing the fellas go at men. I think that was left field. I don't, you know, but it is what it is. Ain't nobody here to cry no river. At the end of the day, man, you could have expected this. This was long overdue. You know, if they were ever friends or whatever the case, then they ain't no more at this point. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? You see the tweets going back and forth. It is what it is. You get what I'm saying? He asked him to drop the video, and he did it. And for the record, he said he didn't record it or ask the dude who recorded it to record the video. So make it at what you will. I'm not really. I feel like all bets were all. Price Boy was good with it, fam. I feel like all bets were all once you mentioned his mom. You get what I'm saying? Like, again, he had a ton of slander to endure for the last couple months because a fight didn't happen between y'all. You had people saying he ducked, he turned down this, he should have took this, he should have did that. He looking like this, he looking like that. I even released a little sparring clip at the end to insinuate that Shakur quit in sparring. So you've been asking for this stuff. I mean, you released the Hector Luis Garcia sparring footage as well. Like, it's a lot of little stuff that you've been doing. I mean, your dad was passing around Tank mug shots. So I think integrity, in terms of no disrespect, integrity is kind of off the board when it comes to y'all because y'all move a certain way. And like you said, it's all fair, love, and war, right? So it is what it is. This is what happened. This is what I'm talking about. Everybody can make of it what you will. I just hope that all of this back and forth truly leads to an actual fight between them two in the ring, because that's all I really care about. I really don't care about who's one up and who on social media, but I do understand where Shakur is coming from, man. A lot of people made you out to be something that you're not. And I mean, you pretty much heard it out of Bill's mouth. I mean, it's hard to refute what he was saying. I mean, he was pretty much admitting that you are levels above his son. That's what I was hearing. So people might be mad that it got leaked. I'm not gonna be mad because I had to watch people make something out of a 7-second sparring clip that where nobody seen a solitary punch being thrown and people was running around talking about he quit. So if that was cool, if it was good for the goose, it's good for the gander. So I ain't really trying to hear it because I've been around for all the slander. And like I said, up until this point, it's been somewhat respectful and within the realm of boxing. That's how it was being kept. But from the minute this man got at 35, people's energy changed. I don't give a damn what nobody say. You didn't hate this man. You didn't feel no type of way about Shakur and nobody he fought till we got to 135. Then everybody wanted to slander him. Like, you get what I'm saying? The minute he became a threat to their favorite fighter, that's when the slander started. That's when all the false narrative started. And again, for that man to stand tall and that's what he was supposed to do. You get what I'm saying? He said he had something. He said, stop talking crazy. You kept talking crazy. He let you know. So regardless of what you saying, you can try to blame him for why a fight between y'all never happened. But when you hear that shit that your father had to say, it don't sound like he's exactly confident about putting you in the ring in the professional ranks in there with him. You get what I'm saying? He literally called him the big homie and some more shit. You get what I'm saying? You literally said if he got off on Shakur, it's considered a good day. Yo, you can't be no more clear with this stuff. Like, it is what it is what it is. At this point, it is what it is. Oh, well, man, it's out there. Much love and respect to both of them. I rock with them all. It is what it is, man. Third fight this year. I don't think they should have mentioned each other's families at all. That's fair, Kano. That's fair. That is fair. It's very fair, bro. I hope Tank get his hands on Haney. And Bad Ghost was good with it, bro. That'd be, yeah. I mean, if it takes place at 35 for sure, for sure. 140, I see it could be more competitive, but 135 is out of the question. I mean, yeah, facts. It is. So look, the men is the men, though. If y'all get what I'm saying, like, I don't care about the men going at each other. I just don't think the women are ever on point. Just, that's just me. Because I feel like men can handle men. They could defend themselves. Like, what you think? Is mom supposed to get on Twitter and go back and forth? Like, you get what I'm saying? Bill is known for going back and forth. You get what I'm saying? That's what he do. And he a big boy. He can handle it. Like, you get what I'm saying? They tell you shouts out about, Price Boy, if I see that, that's weak. I don't want to see it outside of boxing at all. He wouldn't say it in Shakur's face. I mean, look, he's saying all this, he'll whoop his ass. He could go somewhere and he'll whoop his ass. I mean, he did get in the ring with you and you slid up out of there. So you get what I'm saying? Episode of Love and Hip Hop. I think what it is truth be told, man, is frustration spilling over in the media. That's all it is on social media. And I think it's two guys when they got some more growing up to do, obviously. You get what I'm saying? But it long as it don't spill out past Twitter and past the actual fight in the ring, I'm cool. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, it ain't nothing to really justify on either side. D1, my bro. That's big support, man. Nothing is little over here, man. Much love and appreciation.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
And it is what it is. I ain't here to cry a river, but I just hope that this resorts into a fight. You get what I'm saying? I truly do, y'all. You know what I mean? I rock with both of these dudes at the end of the day. So I'm not here to make them look worse than the other. Bole was good with it, bro. Which is the better fight? Shakur versus Frank or Shakur versus Devin versus Reed? Oh, Devin and Regis, Shakur and Frank. Damn, that's a good question. That's a good question, bro. That's a good question. I'll say Frank Martin is younger, right? Obviously than Regis, so he would be closer in his prime, you would guess, right? Than the Regis at this point. So who knows? And maybe that matchup is closer because they're closer in age, possibly. A better matchup, you get what I'm saying? You got because they're younger, but who knows, right? I think they're both good fights though, for sure. But that's a good question. People lying forever for the guy that must need it the most. Devin Haney. Time and place for everything. Yeah, man. Nobody wins. Yeah, none of the family feud stuff. That's why I say none of the personal stuff do I care about. Johnny, what's good with it? How you feeling? Yeah, man, look, it is what it is. I'm not crying about it. I'm just telling y'all how I look at it, right? I leave women out of stuff because I'm not trying to go back and forth with no woman, right? Gonna drive on your ass the day you landed the jet on Shakur. Price boy, much love and appreciation, homie, in that super chat.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. Like I said, the hell with all this. I just hope that it resorts into a fight at the end of the day. You get what I'm saying? Act makes his pro debut September 30th. Salute to you, Kano. Appreciate you adding that, bro. Shakur and Frank. Yeah, that's the real thing. But again, just so people understand this, so nobody get bent out of shape, I'm going to talk about what's out there. It ain't about me rocking with one fighter or the other. I'm still going to call it down the middle. Like, at the end of the day, this is two guys that's very competitive. You can understand some of this stuff being said, but the personal stuff, it's tempers flaring. And the fact that they got social media at their beck and call, anytime they feel some type of way, they can put them thoughts out there into the universe. They're young guys. They still got some learning to do. I'm not justifying none of it. They just got some learning to do. But at the end of the day, you could poke the bear butt so many times. And again, you got people slandering another fighter, a quality fighter, and treating him like he less than, then you can't be surprised by what you see on social media. You get what I'm saying? And see, and that's the thing. 2 cents that I just can't. For me, I can't tell a fighter how to move. Right? I can't. It's hard to tell a whole nother guy what's best for him from the outside looking in. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes we really be being fans. Like, think about how it sounds to suggest or indicate that you know what's better for the fighter than him and his team know for him. You get what I'm saying? I know Top Rank. Listen, I just truly hope he don't get to a point where they hold him back. I think this Frank Martin fight will be a good start to him getting a fight that's of some substance, that's really, really meaningful moving forward at 35. You get what I'm saying? Jose Diaz was good with it. Said throw that fool out. Penzo was good with it, fam. I don't know what he said, but Shakur should have never mentioned Bill. He's finna feel some type of way. I just don't know, man. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not going to tell you that he should have mentioned him. That's not what I'm going to do. But I will say this. Again, man, it is what it is in terms of the back and forth. They grown men. They can handle it. I just don't want to see nothing outside the ring. I don't want to see nothing on a personal level. I'm not really a fan of that, but I'm going to talk about it because it's out there. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but more so I will say that video was very revealing. He said a lot, man. So it's hard to kind of come back from that. You said a lot. You pretty much said what Shakur been saying. You get what I'm saying in that clip to me. So it is what it is. You can make of it what you want. It's out there. I didn't put it out there. I don't really care who put it out there, but I feel like all the gloves are off with them, you know what I mean, a while ago. You get what I'm saying? I think we seen that relationship kind of falling by the wayside, and it got more competitive and more heated as time went. So again, these are two top fighters in the sport of boxing. You hate to see anything personal between them because that's not why we watch them, right? But at the end of the day, I'm not going to overreact about some Twitter posts, right? It changes nothing. At the end of the day, Devin's still undefeated, 30-0, still doing his thing. And Shakur 20-0, still doing his thing. I think the better conversation now, though, after we understand that this is what it is out there. Hopefully they meet up and maybe it's at 140 so we can all see a good fight. Because I think that's all that matters at the end of the day is seeing these two dudes lock horns and kind of, I think that's where the respect will come back in for each other again. I think after they share the ring with each other and they get it off their chest, so to speak, but professionally, like professionals, like men, then they'll reestablish that respect that I think they once shared for each other. But I think right now, tempers is flared. Some things have been said. You get what I'm saying? Emotions is involved to a certain degree, and it is what it is. You get what I'm saying? This ain't nothing that you can't come back from. You've seen worse in the sport of boxing. Like I said, I just don't think it's going to result into nothing that's outside in the street, and that's the good thing about it, right? They're entitled to feel how they feel. They frustrated. They young. They flexing their egos. They competitive. They not backing down. It is what it is, right? But I think all that energy right there makes for a great fight. So that's why I'm cool with this, because I don't think it'll spill out into the street. And I think it will result into a great fight when they do fight. Whoever you got is whoever you got. Salute to both of them. And I want to see the best for both of them. And I truly hope that, you know, we hurry up and get it, you know, some progress with him and Frank Martin, because that's going to be the fight to watch for real, for real. Once Shakur Rogers Martin, they won't give him any credit. I'm saying some people saying Frank washes him. Skills, Mr. New Orleans in the flesh, streets and boxing, horrible clownish. But I'm gonna say this too. This is how, you know, you seen this. You seen this. It kind of went left once he said something about his mom or something like that. But he said his dad, so I get it, right? I'm not gonna go tit for tat. It is what it is, right? In that regard. But I will say this: Shakur definitely understands, bro, because this is something else he said as well. You get what I'm saying? This is something else he said. Salute to my bro, man. Pardon me. Salute to my bro. Skills, Mr. New Orleans in the flesh in that super chat, man. Much love and appreciation to my bro. Always supporting the grind, man. Appreciate you.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Salute to you. So you see this right here, and none of them boxing niggas who've been in the gym their whole life, street niggas. You know what I mean? Real niggas, real street niggas. I know. You know what I mean? Let me take this down. So real quick, 2 seconds. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? This was way back when, man. So this is a guy that knows what it is, man. He knows what time it is. You get what I'm saying? That's a powerful statement right there. That's meaningful right there. You get what I'm saying? He a boxer, not a street ninja, man. You get what I'm saying? Born and raised. So if it ain't got nothing to do with boxing, miss him with it. You get what I'm saying? And that's the energy. This the energy I need to see him on right here. That's the energy. You get what I'm saying? And stay focused, stay locked in. Frank Martin is a hell of a test, a hell of an opponent. That's something much better to talk about. But again, I'm not going to ignore what's out there. It's out there. It's being discussed. Y'all all free to make of it what y'all will. And I'm going to drop the link if y'all want to come up and tell me what y'all think about any of this. And more importantly, the fights that we know are coming up. Frank Martin and Shakur. That's something great to talk about. You know, we know it's going to a purse bid. You get what I'm saying? We know more than likely Devin and Regis is looking to line it up. And do y'all think Regis is going to wait? Like, those are some better topics to talk about. P. Hunter was good with it. He was out of pocket, but everything else is cool. Yeah, P. Hunter, I get it. That's why I said to the moms, because I know Bill's a grown man. He can handle it, man. Undercard boxing was good with it, bro. How you feeling? I wanted to say for conditionally cause pops a bit. Yeah, I get you. Look, man, I ain't here to cry about it. I ain't here to cry. Nobody is right. Notice, I ain't say nobody is right. Nobody is wrong. I just said, me personally, I wouldn't bring up somebody's mother because I'm not corny like that. I think that's a little corny. You get saying you could say bringing up your pops is corny, right? And I'm not going to argue that either. I'm a real one, man. Like, I don't justify, BS. It is what it is. Nothing to justify. Notice, I ain't even really make a full assessment. I just put it out. It's out there. I just tell you why I think it went this way. You get what I'm saying? And I think when you a guy that had to endure your name being slandered and dragged across the internet because a fight didn't happen, right? You get what I'm saying? You was getting called everything under the sun. You getting sparring clips dropped, trying to make it look like you quit and sparring. Like, you get what I'm saying? You seen this coming a little bit, right? Can't be too surprised. Salute to everybody in the building. Y'all make sure y'all punching on that like button for you, bro. What's good, Joe? Talk to me, man.
What's going on, KO? I mean, what's going on? What's up, Joe? My bad.
You call me KO.
I feel like everything. My bad. I feel like everything just go.
KO's my guy.
Whatever. I just feel like everything just go with, like, whatever he said. That's what he said. Everything in play. Like, I don't.
Dante Hall boxing talk. What's good with it? Did to get him want to fight him. That's true too. You cut out a little bit, Joe.
My bad. I said if the nigga said something about his family member, like, I mean, everything go. They just sparring with words. But I feel like they should get in the ring though too. So.
Right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, again, you know how I give it up over here. I let the people come up and talk to me. Like, it ain't me telling y'all, yeah, he's this and that. Let's talk about it. So it's all good because I know people see it different ways, and that's how you have a conversation. You allow people to have their, their point of view and their thought process. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Y'all know how I do over here. I feel you, man. Me personally, I wish they, all together would have kept families out of it. That's just me, right?
Yeah,
But
but like after you mention one person's family with the other person, you expect the other person to do. That's why I'm not holding nothing against both of them. Like everything go on both sides. That's how I look at it.
James, salute, James. Appreciate you pulling up. Salute to my bro Kello on that super chat. He said we get Bill capping, saying he could fight Tank during the top ring deal. He said that. But today they sacrificed and had to fight with Luke and Bob won it. And Shakur should do the same. I feel that. I much love and appreciation, man. You make a lot of sense. You come in right with it, man. Appreciate you, bro.
And much we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
I bet you want to hit me first. right, TD. They going at it. They just mad. They just mad a little bit. Gotta keep in mind these dudes still young. They learn. They got some things to learn, obviously, man. But at the end of the day, they asses both know how to fight, right? We know they both know how to fight. Like I said, this is cool because this is like footnotes for when they actually get in the ring. You're gonna have to back up everything you said, and I go on both sides, right? And that's what makes this cool. Not so much, what they're saying is that this builds for a fight. They're gonna have to fight each other, right? You know what I mean, when they get back in the same weight class with each other, they're gonna have to see each other, and that's what it's all about, really. Get what I'm saying? I don't care about them trying to one up each other, but I did have my thoughts on the video. You get what I'm saying? That was very telling. So to me, it's not even was good, Jonathan. It ain't even about making nobody look bad. I think it's just about. I'm more so about giving just due, right? And I could take this a different way, but I don't want to do that. I'm going to just say what you heard in that video is a man clearly recognizing that Shakur is a bad boy. And he clearly...
I'll give you my opinion on that video.
Yeah, talk to me.
All right, with that video, you know what I'm saying? I heard a lot of lies today, and you know what I'm saying? People are doing what you did, you know what I'm saying? Saying you're going to assume he meant 35. I don't think we could do that because he was talking to the security face to face when he was saying it. This is not like, oh, he's just talking to somebody in secure camp. No, he said this to his face. He was just saying what it was at that time. And if we're going to go back to when Shakur was in the Olympics, he was the top dog. That's not saying he wasn't. He said when they used to spar, which is going further than the Olympics. He's talking about when he was in amateurs, he was better than him. But he said when he went to spar, y'all naked hit. That's exactly what he did with his hand. Y'all right here. So you can assume he said he hit 35, but it don't seem like that to me. And after he explained himself today, he said, I meant what I said. Devin ain't never fought at 30. It's only one person that fought at 30. So if he's saying this to his face, I don't think he missed his words saying that to his face.
Christopher White, what's good with it, fam? Appreciate you pulling up. Salute to you. And he said Alphabet, somebody made a comment about Alphabet channels. That you better straddle that fence carefully and tune into the conversation because I know where you're going with that. Get that weak shit out of here. You better be glad I'm in a good mood. Maybe with Jim, but look, yeah, man, look, and I hear you. Ain't nothing wrong with the way you interpret it. That's why I say, man, I just understand from experience. People, they hear things. We all hear the same things, but we process them and interpret it differently, right? I just clearly heard to me that he let it be known that you've been a bad boy and you still won. He spoke about the gap, and if you pretty much you let it be known that you call this man big homie. You say the big homie, like it's clear day that
wasn't he though? He an Olympian. I'm not. I was too young to go.
I mean, but see,
is he not my big homie in that situation?
Yeah, but again, I got this mentality of this train of thought because I seen all the slander, and so I'm trying to understand why the people was doing all this dragging. Now, I really want to know what they got to say when you hear it out of man's mouth telling you, like, did you hear what he said? If we got off on you, consider it.
But he didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing different than he said on the live when they was on that live together. He didn't say anything different. He said the exact same thing.
Then the whole going to 140 if it get hot. I mean, explain that. What that?
He said if it gets hot at 30.
Yeah, but he ain't never been at 30.
Now,
so I think that was
has Dev been at 30?
Get what I'm saying?
Dev's never been at 30, so he couldn't be talking about Dev when he says when it gets too hot at 30. So
he said,
he could have been talking about. I mean, you can assume he was talking about him. I mean, that's doing a lot of assumptions. But
y'all free to click that link and come up and talk to you, boy.
We can assume anything, but what he said is what he said.
Yeah, he did.
He said it multiple times, and I don't even know if you champ side. He explained what he meant on champ side. So.
Right. He said Bill I'm willing to be paid to support blinded Devin.
Yeah, I also said that video was 4 years old.
Yeah. So, the thing is,
isn't that after 4 years?
Yeah, the thing is for me, it's just telling as to what it is. Like y'all can carry it a certain way and shine it up, but after you hear that, for me, I just know what I need to know. At the end of the day, you can. What I say, all this slander and all the rhetoric, all the narratives, it kind of puts a lot of that itch to bed for me. Just hearing that, like that's what that does for me. So it's not about making notice. This ain't even about death. Like, all right, this just shoot down all the rhetoric and the BS, because that's what I'm really about. I don't care about them trying to one up each other, but I could go another way with it. But I ain't like that. I'm gonna just let it be what it is. Right? He know what time it is.
I don't think it was no shining that he put on it, because he said he was better than him at one point in time. But when we was training for you to go to the Olympics, y'all was neck and neck. He said that, and he motioned with his hands, even though you couldn't see his face, that they were on the same level at that point. So I mean, we can assume what we want. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man.
Context, but, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I mean,
he didn't say what he said.
It doesn't matter to me that how old the video is irrelevant. It's what's being said in the video is what I care for. Like, I think that's the information. He let it be known what it is, man. If it was ever a gap, you better damn sure believe that you ain't just closed the gap the way you get what I'm saying. I pretty much heard what I need to hear. I hear you saying it a different way, but it's cool. It is what it is. That's why we had these bills. Like, nobody is right or wrong. You can interpret it that way if you want. I just hear that he let it be known that you that guy and you've been that guy.
I mean,
so all y'all that saying anything else.
When did he ever not say that? When did he ever not say Shakur is not that guy?
Salute to my bro Tommy.
When has Bill said anything other than what he said in that video? He's never diminished his skill.
He say a lot, man. I know that's big homie core right there.
I mean,
big homie core.
More because not more.
Y'all know I'm gonna have fun with this, bro. Y'all know, and that's all. It's all in good fun with me. So I don't know about nobody else. I just had fun with it and be entertained by it like it's supposed to be. You get what I'm saying? I don't push no narratives and nothing. I just let it be known. I feel like he know what time it is, man. They're getting hot at 30. If you're not at 30, I think it could be a slip of the tongue. But you saying at 140, that's where you're going right now. So that's kind of what it kind of played out. To me, it played out. It got hot up there. It got hot as soon as he got there. To me, it got hot. But it ain't one of them situations where I feel like he ran. I ain't got to push that, right? I ain't got to push that. But I know one thing, all that, he ain't want to fight, and he turned down this. Got to stop with the narratives, man. We got to stop, bro, because we all see the information and how it played out. You never heard him say there was never a no.
That's a narrative.
And I'm walking away. The narrative that he ducked him, that's a narrative. Saying he turned down the fight, that's another narrative. Like this, it's like two and the same, but it's their narratives to me because they're not true. You get what I'm saying? Let's all just keep it 100. Like, he did what he was supposed to do. Get his team to contact them sanctioning bodies, play the only hand he could. I don't need to really rehash it. And that's what it was. Like, after that point, he made a decision to go elsewhere. That's where that you can't. And I'm just leaving it like that people can draw their own conclusions from it, but you can't tell me he walked away. He did. And after that failed the ish, and he went to the Regis pro grade direction. No problem there. Now Shakur went to Loma. That didn't fall out. Now we have Frank Mars. So we just had to talk about this because it's out there, and I think it's a little fun. You know what I mean?
Just you see how you say that. Just you see how you say that. But then you say you're gonna assume that he meant 35 instead of 30.
I mean, what else?
Actually,
what is he talking about though? Weight classes, like what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's obviously weight classes.
Exactly. So I mean, the only person that was at 30 was Shakur, right?
Shakur Stevenson. It's Shakur Stevenson. So obviously he's talking about him. He said when 30 gets too hot.
I don't know, man. I don't know why would you say that. Why would it matter if 30 is hot if you're not participating in that weight class?
I mean, but just you know, you say you had some inside information on they wouldn't go fight till 40 anyway. So you saying that just solidifies what you said 3 months ago, just
right.
That just solidifies everything you said 3 months ago. That they never wanted, both of them never wanted to be in the same weight class anyway.
Right. I don't think they intended for it to be that way. I always said that.
That's what I'm saying. So what Bill said, it solidifies what you've been saying this whole time.
I don't look at it like that. Now again, not planning to be there is one thing, right? But once you're there, those plans can change. And I think that's what
they did. That's why one person said it.
I think that's what people forget. No matter what, you can plan what you want, but the fact of the matter is both guys stayed at their weight classes, their previous weight classes, a fight or two or whatever the case, too long. So I think and when that happened, that allowed them to essentially butt heads at 135, and I think that's where the competition kind of heated up, and that's what it's supposed to do, though. That's what it's supposed to do. Like, so I don't know. All this stuff is fun to me, man. I'll drop it back. I'll put the link back in there, Brody. I got you.
This is what I wanted to say. If he thought they was making that, but look, if he thought they was making that when he was training with Shakur for the Olympics, he probably think that he probably did a bigger gap on Shakur now.
I let my dad. Yeah, right, TD.
His dad didn't say anything that was, oh, I don't believe in my son. He said he was better than my son as an amateur.
I don't know, man. Neck and neck my ass.
That's exactly what I heard. Now, if you want to assume he said 30, 35.
What's good, Kato?
I can't.
Oh, man, I'm chilling, bro. What's good with y'all, man?
You already know, just having a good old peaceful discussion, stress free, man. Talk to me. Go lay it on the people, man.
Hey, man, look, all I'm gonna say is I tried to tell y'all, bro. I be trying to tell y'all, man, these takes that I be having, they be aging like fine wine, bro. A lot of people surprised today. I'm not. I'm not. All I know is this, bro. It's bad out here, and it's bad. But here's the thing: it's bad out here for Shakur too. Cause like, dog, you recording people without their knowledge, bro. That's how we do it.
He ain't do it.
His man did it though. You brought it to the beat.
Okay, but he ain't do it. He made clear that he made sure he said that I ain't
responsible for it.
He put that shit out. He put that shit out there though.
I think because
he put it out there, so he did it.
Again, with that, I'm gonna just say this: I ain't justifying it, but I think they poked the bear one too many times. If y'all remember, just not too long ago, they had a little brief sparring clip indicating that Shakur quit sparring and all this other shit. Like, I think this was building up to that moment. He been saying this for a while. Keep talking crazy. I'll drop it. This ain't the first time he said this. Now, he said it before, but it's like, I think at this point, once y'all got into the back and forth, you and your dad is this, your mom is that. I think he said, you know what? There it go. Now, I ain't justifying it, but I feel like that's just how it went. You get what I'm saying? In terms of like,
just wasn't that sparring going when it was training for Shakur was training for the Olympics.
Now, as I said, bro, that's all Shakur did wrong. Devin Haney, his daddy, his fans. Y'all got a lot. Y'all got a lot of explaining to do, bro.
Yeah, Judge, what's good, bro?
Y'all got a lot of. Y'all gonna have to talk to me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Ask me the questions right now, KO.
Mm-hmm.
Like this man out here, this man out here, bro, just like all them lies and all that capping, bro. I thought they made Shakur quit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? What happened to him quitting this shit?
Mm-hmm.
He quit. It's the video.
He quit, but he the big homie at the same time. He quit, but he always got off on Devin. And if you had any moment against Shakur, that was a good moment. But he quit though.
Yeah, he said the gap was big, but then when we sparring for the Olympics, that shit closed. That's exactly what he said. He didn't say that shit one time. So play the video. Play the video right now. Play the video right now. Play the video. Please play the video.
You know I got it.
I know you got it.
Everybody in the building, y'all make sure y'all smashing that like button for you, bro. We gonna have fun. Anybody's free to come up in here. If y'all respectful, come up here, chop it up, man. It's all good. I don't care what nobody think about it. KO is one of the fairest people I know, and he gonna give it a different take than I am. I know it. That's why I want to hear it. Y'all give me a quick second. Let me get this right.
The first thing that I don't even know how it happened because we thought that we was getting points. You dig what I mean? Because Core is an Olympian. Core always then got in on Devin. Nigga, are you tripping? You niggas, y'all. Nigga, the whole shit started because it was live that we're in there with Core. Not Core is getting out on us. Like, he's the big nigga. He's the big homie. In the shit, it was never. We would always, nigga, first the gap was like this. The gap got closer and always that. If you got off any hit Core, it was a plus. If you just had a good day, that's how it was. But all the way up until now, bro. That's why I told you, I said, inside the weight classes, when we move it, just like niggas is moving now, brother, if it's too hot at 30, we already ready to go to 40, bro. Listen, brother.
When did you hear what you just told me he said, bro?
He didn't say that it was ever.
When did you just hear?
He said the gap got closer and he did that with his hand. Soon insinuating that they were close when they fought during that training camp. So,
what I heard was, this is where I'm on both of them. What I heard is some soft ass shit, conspiracy against boxing fans to not give us the fights that we want. So if it get hot at 130, Shakur supposed to move up to 135, and y'all gonna move up to 140. So you niggas had like some sort of agreement to not fight each other, bro.
You can say that too. A1 hoops.
You said that 4 months ago. So you just proving yourself right. And just you said that 3 months ago.
And you'll still be a fan. Fucking crazy, bro.
What are you talking about, fan? What are you talking about? What am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to say?
People that move like this should not be supported, bro.
My bad.
You said they
should not be supported. Meanwhile, niggas Tank will be like, "Hey man, did you ask for fights and shit?" This nigga tell y'all the truth. Like, nah, nigga, I'm getting millions fucking with these niggas. I'm from the hood, nigga. I ain't got shit. Yeah. Hell no, I ain't asked for no fight. This nigga tell y'all the truth, and y'all will cook this nigga. But these niggas here can lie to you niggas over and over again, not once, not twice, not 3 times, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, and y'all still support shit like this, bro.
Where the fuck out of here, dog? What did the nigga lie saying he was better than the What are you serious?
What do you mean where he lie at?
You said because he said he was better than him as an amateur.
Bro.
Is he lying? What are we talking about?
Stop.
What are we talking about?
Stop.
This ain't my show.
Hey, what's up?
I got all y'all. I'll be quiet.
Talk to me, Rick. Talk to me. What you got?
Both these cats is cap, bro. I told, KO. Right? Look, I'm going to say it because don't nobody else say it. I was the first one to get on Shakur's head, right? KO was the first to get on Devin's head, right? I told y'all, man, these dudes got plans. Hey, knockout. You notice how some Devin and Shakur stuff always come out right when you're about to stop talking about them?
Yeah, facts.
Right when it's dying down, right when he got to the point where it was like, well, is Shakur fighting Frank or not? Right? And just last week, KB, wasn't we saying that what's up with Devin? He ain't signed no paperwork yet.
True, right.
That's when you getting sick of these niggas, right? Then they come out with some fluff shit.
That's a fact.
This
bro.
shit is. I told y'all, man.
Them nigga probably on the phone. Them nigga probably on the phone right now talking about we got him.
Man, you know what I'm saying? I told y'all, man. Ever since we seen that video of them in the car, all them talking, and they was in the car, and Devin was in the car, or whatever. These niggas not fighting. We won't see this fight for another 4 years. They're not fighting. Just stop. This is what they do to build up each other for their next fight. He gonna end up fighting Frank Martin, and who the hell knows who Devin gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? So stop. Both these niggas is capped. We really need to stop falling for the okie doke. They try to say we put out narratives when they the one building the narratives. We don't. We can only take the information that they give us and say, hey, Shakur looking like this, Devin looking like this. And just when it's about to get quiet, both these niggas, and it's been them two for the last 8 months. Them two, not Tank. Tank a byproduct. They don't even talk about Tank no more. Y'all notice that, right?
Yeah,
I know that.
Right.
Hell yeah.
The last thing I heard Shakur say is, I know Tank tired of hearing me talk, so tell him to come shut me up. I think that's the last thing I heard.
Not fighting each
Nah,
other,
he just said something where he was like, he was doing an interview. It was on anyway, it's on Boxing News 24, bro. It's like probably on the second page. He said, me and Tank, I know that's the biggest fight. I know fans want it right now, but that fight will take some time to make or whatever. Like that's the most recent thing he said about fighting Tank.
I think that shit. I think it's realistic though. I think what he's saying. I think I always say that. I think that I don't feel like Tank is in his immediate future. Look at how things going. Frank Martin.
I agree with that.
You get what I'm saying? So I
just wish, bro.
I don't think he lying to us. You get what I'm saying? I think he right. And he called it the Super Bowl of boxing. And I think I said this before, in my personal opinion, I think he looking to fight Tank. If out of the names that's being mentioned, that's going to be one of the last ones to me. If that's going to happen, I think it'll be one of the last ones. And I just don't know if it could happen with him being on top rank when you got a guy saying he ain't looking to make fights. With you get what I'm saying? With a Tank Davis, that don't sound, you get what I'm saying? That don't sound convincing. That don't sound good. That don't sound like a fight could be made. You get what I'm saying? It's going to take more than just him saying yes or no when you hear a promoter speaking that way. That's what it sounds like to me.
I'm with that. I ain't mad at that. I'm just tired of all the capping and shit, bro.
I'm with it.
Insulting the intelligence of boxing fans, and you saying one thing and behaving one way publicly, but probably it's something else. Like, okay, so you want to insinuate and you want to talk about how you made Shakur fucking quit. Like this nigga, you did this nigga so dirty. This nigga quit in Spawn. You made this nigga quit, but behind closed scene, when you don't think nobody looking, he the big homie. This nigga the truth. He's
that guy.
He's so goddamn good that nigga, if you just had a good day, nigga win. Like, where this come from, bro? Why niggas so braggadocious?
When did he not say Shakur wasn't good?
When niggas so braggadocious in public, but so humble in private?
Facts, dog. Facts. You know it. Facts.
Like, I don't know, bro.
Other way around.
Shout out to Clubber Lane. Smoke your mirrors. That's all this is, y'all.
That's how I looked at it. Look, man, I said this. I could agree with somebody saying they had plans and shit like that, but I also believe plans do change, and I think that's exactly what happened. I'll say this again. This is just a theory of mine. I don't know if anybody else see it this way. We could say that they had plans to fight later on down the line. I've heard conversations that would indicate the same thing, right? So you wouldn't be all point there, right? So you could say there were initial plans, right? But I think plans do and can change when situations and circumstances change. And I think both of them overstayed their welcomes at their previous weight classes. And I think when they ended up bumping heads at 135, the competitor in Shakur, if you're going to sit here and say it ain't going to be no other champion, you're going to respond like a fighter would. Well, you know, get what I'm saying? I think that's what it was. And I think people got mad at him. You get what I'm saying? That's what I think happened. I think initially maybe they wasn't planning on fighting each other. But, you know, again, shit changed when we sitting up in the same weight class and you got all the hardware. And I'm looking at myself as a top fighter. What I'm supposed to do, who I'm supposed to call for. It's either you or the other guy, and the other guy is Tank Davis. It's
Right.
either you
I mean, how would he even? It wouldn't even look right if he didn't call him out. You see what I'm saying?
And then look, you on that side of things, respectfully, you on that side of things doing business with who? So again, it's not as bad as what people made it seem for him to go at you over here doing business. You get what I'm saying? Why can't we line it up? You talking like can't nobody beat you? It ain't gonna be no other champion. And you know what? Think you was right about that. It ain't gonna be no other champion at 35. Well, then again, nah, you would have been right about that. But it ain't gonna be no other undisputed champion because you ain't gonna have another fight at 35. You was right about that. But that's how you got stripped of one of your belts, I believe. You get what I'm saying? But that's just a theory of mine. I think the plans kind of sort of changed. We could say they was capping, but I feel like he's a real fighter. And if given that opportunity to fight him, he would. Now, again, you could say, well, why didn't he take 25? We could get into all of that. But I feel like he made the right move to tell you, hey, look, I want to fight him, but just not for this. And that's all I could say. You get what I'm saying? But them going back at it now is just what it is. I think it was long overdue. It was bound to happen. And like I said, it's only so many times you could poke the bear. You get what I'm saying?
I'm glad they doing it. They need to get that friendly shit out of here, bro. I need him and Keyshawn to fall out. Shit.
Yeah, I think that one right there might be respect for me. Only thing I can say about that, from what I know about that, that's pretty much like his brother. Like, and for good reasons when I hear the stories that I heard. But outside of that, I think it's one of those situations where it had to be like push come to shove. Like circumstances might put them in a position to explore that as an option to me. Because I think if you get what I'm saying, if it's belts on the line and stuff like that, and y'all still in the same weight class, or you keep winning, and it obviously makes sense for y'all to, you get what I'm saying? Me as a fight fan, look, I'm looking at it like, look, y'all like who be saying, Cuzzo be saying it. Like, look, Ashley Corner be saying it. Look, if that's really your man, make some money with him. So I'm with her when it comes to that. But until it makes sense for them to fight. Like right now, I just think they had two totally different points. But I think if them circumstances change where Keyshawn is right in line for a fight for him, I'm not somebody that's talking about, nah, they brothers, man. They shouldn't fight. I'm looking at it like y'all brothers and y'all should make a bag and fight. That's how I'm looking at it. You get what I'm saying? So that's just me. That's just me when it comes to them two. Key Alexandria, salute.
Bitch, I was about to get my ass. Nah, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Keyshawn,
did I hear Keyshawn's name? Nah,
yeah. Keyshawn put his date out already, but shit, L-Dub put that date out first. Salute to L-Dub always being on point. Keyshawn, I mean, I heard about a couple of opponents, so we're gonna see if that's the right one that he fight. But I ain't mad at him. His work, he still got work to put in, man. I think he'll be all right, man. He just got to keep working. But I just don't just talking this boxing and talking to y'all and hearing how, you know, people look at Top Rank, and just when I look at it, you make some valid points, and it seems like they can get you there, but then it just get to a point where you just there. And I just hope that ain't the case for these young fighters. Like I want to see all these dudes get the fights that they're supposed to get. And like I said before, Frank Martin for Shakur is damn sure a good start. Yoshino was to get your feet wet. That was cool, but I think Frank Martin make a lot of sense, and I'm glad to see that that's what's coming.
That's gonna be. I like that. I like that fight. Everybody that's Devin Haney fans gonna be rooting for Frank Martin like a motherfucker, boy. Gonna be rooting for that boy, man. Please expose him.
I think it's gonna be competitive, good fight, because I think Frank Martin is athletic, damn good fighter. You got good power, good hand speed, good feet. And I think he's responsible defensively. But with all that being said, you know, it's I think what's gonna come back to show his head is ultimately the pedigree and the experiences, man. I think Shakur, just when you look at it, and it's a coach out there. I believe his name is Ronald Sims, right? And I don't know if y'all heard of him, but from my understanding, he worked with, you know, the best of the best. Some of the best fighters that we sit up here and watch, he done work with them. And I think he was breaking down how it would take a fighter about 10 years. I think he was saying that, you know, really get his shit down. And it's funny that he say 10 years, right? Because if you look, Frank Martin picked up boxing at 18, right? He's now what? He's 28?
Yeah.
Exactly 10 years. And when you hear that, for me, the way I assess that, like when you see some of the issues that he had, maybe that's why. But at the same time, for him to pick up boxing that late, I think he a damn good fighter, man. You get what I'm saying? His learning curve was crazy. But at the same time, you talking about 10 years, 18 to 28, that's 10 years. And you talking about a guy from 5 to 26. That's, what is that, 21 years? So I look at stuff that deep when it comes to that. And I just think that's a lot of just valuable experience and things like that to overcome, like teaching. And I just think he's been working with some of the best since he been, able to. And I think that's for that reason, that pedigree, man, is going to show. I think it's going to be a damn good fight all the way through because Frank Martin ain't no hoe. But I see that Shakur, I think he can win that fight and make it be convincing, but competitive, if that makes sense.
Hey, man, shout out to Earl. I think Earl Spence, man, he promoting like he fight. You know what I'm saying? Like he over here, man. He throwing his fighters out there, himself out there and shit. Let's just hope he promote like this when he get done fighting. We don't want another Mayweather promotions or Golden Boy promotions.
Right. I love it. Yeah, right. I love it. D. Zoidberg, Dr. Zoidberg, salute. Appreciate you stopping through. Y'all smash the like button. Yeah, he fought nobody like Frank Martin. Sure, facts. That's true. That's what makes this fight interesting. He's young, athletic. You get what I'm saying? He can punch with both hands pretty good. He got good footwork, man. Frank Martin is a good fighter. That's a good measuring stick for either guy. If Frank Martin is able to beat Shakur and get a strap, that's great, especially at 28 years old. What would be better for him? What opportunity would be better than that right now? So, and I rock with him because I feel like he ain't turning down nothing. Not just because of his age, because of his temperament. I think he's just one of them guys. I don't think he's turning down nothing. So I can't wait to see them line it up. Like I said, it's gonna be fun, and I know people gonna be rooting, but I'm gonna have a different energy if this fight play out how I think it could play out in my head.
Man, when Top Rank gonna send one of their fighters over here, man? You know what I'm saying? Like PBC keep sending their fighters over to Top Rank and shit. PBC, send Fulton over there, you know what I'm saying? Might be sending Frank Martin over there and shit, man.
That'd be fun.
Send somebody over here, bro.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Send Teofimo Lopez scalp this way, man. Send him on over here, man. To that boy down there with them breads, man, laughing at everybody, man.
Man, silly, man. That'd be fun too. Man, I wonder who his next fight gonna be. Matter of fact, damn, who was they saying? Somebody? Did y'all hear anything about Teofimo? I heard somebody name and I can't remember, and I know it wasn't Arnold Barboza though. Was it Jose Ramirez? Damn, I'm not sure.
Yeah, boy, said he only want big fights. He said he ain't fighting no small fish.
Yeah, so I wonder who he gonna fight.
It's only one big fight in the division, baby. It's only one big fight.
All right, Booger, what's good, bro? How you feeling?
He talking about he want to fight Tank at 140.
Why everybody want to fight Tank at a weight class he don't fight at, bro?
You win. Right.
They leave his weight class and be like, I want Tank.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, bro. It's gonna be fun, man. Y'all see Tank going back to 140?
That's the money, right?
I would hope so if the money right, bro.
Mm-hmm. I would think that's the only thing that would get him.
People look at him and they feel like they need some sort of advantage over him. So he may have to.
Yeah, that height, having 5-6 inches in height and reach ain't enough for y'all.
They need to wait too, bro. They need to wait too.
Y'all want people to be able to come in damn near super middleweights against Tank, crying about.
I'm gonna fight. I
gotta come in. Ain't justifying rehydration causes, but goddamn it, when you 5'5.5", and you got people, from what I heard from a coach, coming in at 165 and y'all fighting that lightweight, that's alarming, bro. That's a super middleweight, and he a little nutty upstairs. And he got that strength. You know what I mean? Rolly got that strength, man. Yeah, hit Tank with something. Tank was like, yeah, you won't be hitting me again. You won't be hitting that again, buddy. You know what I'm saying? The wrong person would interpret that like he running because they foolish and don't know what they watching. No, that's intelligence. He understood, yeah, you are strong and you can punch. I know I can't, but I know the things that I can do that you can't, and I'm going to exploit those. And that's what he did and got him right up out of there. And that to be able to throw a punch where you don't set your feet, really turn it over, and you thinking defense right after, and you get that result, just that's why I'm nervous for anybody that's fighting him. Let me just be honest with you. the ability to turn your lights out like you ain't paid your electric bill is wild. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Rolly was so sure of himself and so reckless before the Tank fight. Now he just out here. He trying to box and shit now.
Peaceful. He's a little bit nicer and stuff. He
trying to box and shit. Like, damn, Rolly, when you start boxing, bro.
So after that, he got them brains rattled. I think he might have to get them rattled again for him to go back to Rolly. You know how you see it in the TV show? They hit their head, and they're a different person. That's what Rolly. He got to get them brains rattled again. One more time. Got to get that cage rattled. You know what I mean? Barroso almost did it. They robbed him of it. You know what I'm saying? Barroso almost was there with it.
Granddaddy was beating his ass, bro.
He's doing that boy dirty, boy.
Man, it's beating it, man.
Yeah, the list as expensive. Female. Oh, so I was right. See, salute to my guy, Jose Ramirez, Super Bowl Saturday and pay-per-view. That's what they're working on. Okay, I was right with the name at least. I was in the right ball.
Fuck it.
That's not a bad fight. Y'all like that?
Just pull Gary Russell up at this point. Fuck it. Just pull him up.
Gary Russell said he's done with featherweight, so he said he coming up. He know who he said he won't fight. K, don't act like you didn't hear who he said he won't fight. I ain't hear nothing back from Tank either.
Yeah, you need to go ahead and fight him, bro.
You know he said he won't Tank.
You gonna get criticized no matter who you fight at this point. So at least fight
one more time. I'm gonna call somebody out in boxing. He said Tank one more game without being in the weight class with him. I'm gonna be upset, bro. Just stop. We get it. You will fight him, but if you want us to believe it, please get in the weight class where he fights at, and then I'll definitely take it serious. I'll be like,
he'll fight Terrence Crawford at 147. Shit.
Yeah, like, bro, like, and I love his heart. Like, I get it, and I like your fighting style. I think you can fight. I like to watch you fight Tank, but if you can never go to 35 where he is at, not from 126 where it's safe to keep saying you want to fight him, like that's crazy to me. I don't want to see that no more. I want to see you fight him.
Gary better stop acting like when he was younger. I ain't see what motherfucking Lomachenko did to him. Boy, you better
man, that was the first time, man. Do you know how humble I was?
Like that, Gary. I seen how you look against Southpaws, boy.
Man, do you know how humbled I was watching that, boy? I was talking cash. I was like, because I already knew the hype around Lomachenko, and I was already tired of it. I'm like, ain't no way he beat Gary. Man, that fight started. He started, as Jay Hardcore be saying, he started hitting Gary with that boobop bang. Like, yo, what is going on? When I seen him put his glove on top of Gary Russell Jr. glove and move it out the way and punch him in his face, I was like, this got to be cheating or something. Like somebody's foul or something. Somebody got called something. What is he on in here? Like that was the first time I seen that for me. I ain't seen nobody ever do that clean. Like he put his glove on top of his, moved it out the way, and then hit him with the other hand. Like, yeah, this definitely got to be cheating of some sort. Like, what's going on in here? Gary looked like his power was gone. I was like, man, I don't understand what was happening.
Fuck it. But in the meantime, while we waiting on people to get free, man, let's just go ahead and push for Tank Davis versus Sean O'Malley, man. Let's go ahead and get that Conor McGregor bag, man.
See him get slapped. Salute to my bro A1. He said Keyshawn Hardbreaker. That's gonna keep fighting 6.5 rounders for the next 5 years. I'll call it out 10 to 12 round fighters. Bud Jr., the special edition. Damn, you don't get no love to Keyshawn, man. I said this before, like I'm from a space where I really be trying to understand. If you facing a lot of criticism, I'm trying to understand it to some degree. I'm not justifying how he talk. Like he be talking his talk, but I keep saying I think it's because of the work, the people he's working with, the work he putting in. I think that's where his confidence is coming from. And I think he's just really enjoying the moment. Like, just look at him. He don't look like he be having fun. Look at this dude. He be talking funny, he be laughing. You gotta catch some of them interviews. This dude go live at the random, all types of stuff, man.
We need him in the sport, bro. I don't be necessarily liking all the gun bum, but we need Keyshawn in the sport.
He got sport, bro. You know what I'm saying? He got the fight hype dude to show his face on camera in a live interview. I said, man, this is gold, man. Look at Keyshawn, man. This is gold, man. This dude is funny, bro. I think it's funny and I think he can fight. Now, how good he will be, that's another thing, right? But I seen him live and once so far, and I was impressed. Matter of fact, I seen him I seen him twice. So I like what I see in Keyshawn. Just got to keep proving it because he talk a lot, right? So I get it. But I say he pitched a shutout in his last fight, and I see the way people still criticize that. They was like, oh, he should have knocked him out. I'm like, oh, nah, man. Y'all gonna do him like that? He shut this dude out. You know, hit him with the pull counter. He had his best version of the Mayweather pull counter. You know what I mean? Dropped him. I was just that thing was pretty, man. Oh shit, yeah, Thomas. Damn, my bad, bro. My bad. Pardon me, man. I was in here bumping the gums. You in here? Hold on, I got you. There you go. My bad, bro. You showing Rolly are good for boxing. Hey, yo, Rolly is too. After he stopped making me mad,
Rolly ain't got no skill though. At least Keyshawn got some skill behind the shit he talking.
Rolly just like he like another Blair Cobb.
Rolly can talk all that shit, and you know if your favorite fighter get in the ring with him, he gonna win. Keyshawn can talk all that shit, and your favorite fighter get in the ring with him, you might be like, oh shit, hold on just a second.
Maybe a good fight. I keep telling y'all.
It's a difference, bro.
I keep telling people I know they don't like the way he talk, but I try to urge people to look past that and look at what you watching. I ain't saying he the greatest thing since sliced bread, but you not about to tell me that dude ain't a pretty damn good young fighter so far. Like I get it, he ain't fighting no killers, but I don't expect him to. I don't. When he do step it up, I'm gonna be one of the ones that's on him because I'm always advocating that I think he's gonna turn out pretty decent. At least I think so. But y'all concern me because some of the people that I respect opinions of, when y'all tell me, some of these thoughts about Top Rank, it makes me second guess just how successful you could be, with them. I'm not saying you can't, but you get what I'm saying. Like
I'll tell you what they can do. Just they develop fighters, bro. They fighters is doing well when they go up against PBC fighters, bro. When they fighters or dudes that came up on the Top Rank, bro, right now when they fighting these PBC dudes, bro, man. Because the PBC dudes come up more inactive. They don't fight as much. They don't get as many fights to develop. And Top Rank fighters come up fighting 4-5 times a year. For instance, case in point, let's take Trayvon Marshall and let's compare him to Abdullah Mason.
Yeah. Tim
getting time to develop, and he's getting fucking 4-5 fights last year. He's already had 4-5 fights this year. Meanwhile, Trayvon Marshall fighting like 2 times a year, and then they throw him in there with a experienced ass pressure fighter, and ain't gave him that much time to develop, bro. So like, hey man,
which I thought the matchmaking was a little, I don't know, did they jump in too soon?
Clearly, yeah.
I think the biggest problem there, this is me, I don't think it was like such a skill deficit or like a talent issue. I think it was an experience thing. And I think people look at the number of fights, and I think Marshall had more fights, but I believe dude is an Olympian, ain't he?
Yeah, he went to the Olympics and shit. So he aggressive ass, grown ass man, pressure fighter.
Seasoning just a little different, and I seen Trayvon Marshall with inexperience coming into play. I think that's what got him knocked out because he tried to fight while he was hurt, and he almost, he got a reaction. He could do with a good shot, but I just didn't think it was wise to try to fight while he was that hurt. I think he should have, tied him up. It's like that was, he didn't learn how to clinch and tie up or something, man. It's like these dudes be too brave for their own good. And it's okay to clinch and slow it down when somebody putting them pieces to you, bro. Like they just don't want to do clinching, take a knee, something, bro. Like this don't, you fighting, you got your back to the ropes, and this dude, you see he got you hurt, he coming on strong. It's like, I just don't see the reason to try to fight out of that.
Before you fight a pressure fighter like that, they should have threw him in there with one of them, a couple of them Mexican pressure fighters that ain't got that much power, but they coming forward and shit. Get them used to that shit. Throw him in there with somebody like Gabriel Mastery, bro. Like that was just bad. And that's the thing. Like you won't see somebody like Keyshawn or somebody like Abdullah. You won't see them fight somebody like that till like they 15, 16, 17 fight. Like Raymond Muratalla ain't step up to Jeremiah Nakathilu till like his 18th fight, bro.
Right.
They gonna develop you first, and they gonna make sure they see everything they need to see.
Okay, that's an interesting take too. Right. But kind of guy, and that's why I say I'm not against that process, but I don't like to see it like stretched out. I don't want to see no Golden Boy run. Like I don't want to see that. I don't want to see no
between 10 and 15 is enough, bro.
You get what I'm saying? I don't want to see
when you start giving me like 30 fight, you do just ain't that good, bro.
Right.
When you start Jaime Munguia in me, bro,
yeah.
you do just ain't it, bro.
Zordo Munguia, like don't do me like that.
Yeah, don't do me like that, bro.
Roll them all up around, bro.
Munguia run around his whole like 40-0, bro. How do you find 40 bums, bro?
Right. And it's like I knew for a fact after a while I caught on to it with Zordo. I got annoyed immediately when I caught on, like, hold on. And then I read an article, like I told y'all before, I think I said this to y'all, about Jaime Munguia, them basically planning to get him to like 40-something and 0 before putting him in there with somebody that was a test. And then that's when you started hearing like, who was they linking his name to more recently? Benavidez, something like that. Like it makes sense, but I just want to see it. Go ahead and put him in there so he can get punched on. I'll watch it. Now that's a fact. Cause they'll school him in here, man. Classes in session in the chat, man. Really great footwork.
She right about that, and you gotta have a gas tank, bro. You gotta make sure your fighter got a gas tank, dog. Trayvon Marshall been knocking everything out, bro. You can't put no boxer with no long jab, and even if they got good footwork, bro, if they ain't went rounds like that, bro, you gotta show me you can go rounds and shit first. So
teaching fool. That we need to teach them boys clinching. Oh no, yeah, man. Listen, that's one thing I can respect about him. That man know how to tie you up. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't even going there. Nah, we ain't giving no too much just because he ain't tie Loma up good.
Yeah, I'm about to say depending on who you is too, though. No, tougher because
tying up Camboso's trash ass is different from tying up Loma. Camboso got hands put on him by Maxie Hughes. Don't give a fuck what y'all tell me. Maxie Hughes trash, boy.
That man is not good, yo. I will say that. He is not good.
That boy, domestic level UK fighter at best, bro.
Yo, I can't believe, and I'm like, yo, we gotta kind of blame it on Tio, because Tio is your fault, bro. You created this Cambosis. We had to endure his buffoonery, man, for more fights after he beat you, bro. Man, the art of war. Them damn peacoats looking like a swagged out Inspector Gadget. He was pissing me off, yo. Every time they ask he getting extra deep, like trying to pull at your heartstrings. Yo, bro, just ask, did you win the fight or not? Yeah, when I had to train, when I had to leave for training, they didn't know if I was gonna get robbed. Like, bro, I swear, no, that story, that's unfortunate, but we definitely ain't asked you that, and we not trying to go there, yo. Could you just answer the question? That's why Dev, I was rooting for him so heavily. I knew he was gonna win anyway. But even him, the way he responded, he was like, "Oh man, yo, will you just stop?"
He was why. You know why I am the way I am just about certain shit, bro. This is why I am the way I am about certain shit, bro. Like,
right,
Cambosos and Loma guys like that, bro. Like, Cambosos literally told the public, like, "Say, bro, I miss weight on purpose, bro." Right. Art of war, deception. Can you imagine if like Devin, Shakur, Tank, Bud, or Earl would have tried to say some shit like that, bro? Like, hey, I miss weight on purpose, bro. Can you imagine the backlash, bro, and just the criticism they would give for saying some shit like that? And you literally have people like, yeah, man, mental warfare, man. Cambosos, man, he's tough, man. He's using the mental warfare. Like, bro, get the fuck out. That's why I don't like him, bro.
Nah, he needed a few tie-ups, Jonathan. I ain't gonna lie in that Loma fight, because some of them left hands got a little spooky, man. Loma almost turned back the clock for a second. He almost transformed into the Matrix. He was halfway there. Like, you know, that version of the Hulk before he completely beast out when the eyes just be green. You seen Loma sparking up a little bit. Then next thing you know, he calmed it down. I ain't gonna lie.
Nigga is lucky that the Loma that fought Rigon Dial, yeah, the one that fought what's the dude from Jamaica, man?
Walter.
Like, if that nigga was there, bro, that might have been a late stoppage.
He was making a comeback. I don't know if he made it yet. Nicholas Walters. He said he made a comeback. And then I made a little video on it just because I was so surprised a little while back, some months ago. So I don't know if he ever came back, but he said something about competing at 135. That's when it just got wild. I was like, oh, you gonna come back first, get a fight? I think he said 30. Then he want to compete at 135. I was like, oh, you want to take how many? What was it, 6 years? How many years you took off? You better leave 135 alone, man. That's
what he said he gonna come back to.
He said like he want to fight at 130, I think, first, and then he want to move up to 35 and fight the best of the division. You know that.
He better leave 35. He better leave them boys alone.
Like, chill, bro. Nah, don't do that. After all them years, bro, don't go run into somebody that's gonna turn your lights out and have you back retired, bro. I was so pissed off when he quit in that fight. Man, I thought he was gonna be able to do something with Loma. I thought he was gonna be able to do a little something, like land a punch, scratch him or something. I don't even think he breathed on him. God damn. That man
was still trying to figure out that Ukrainian footwork and shit, man. Yeah. Niggas couldn't figure that shit out. Boy, he was turning them boys, man.
He was going to that corner demoralized. I was like, yo, this can't be it. I was like, yo. Now, I don't know about how y'all was feeling. Now, I know I'm just feeling like a fan at this point, but I was like, yo, how hard is it to at least just punch him in his face one time? Like, I know I could punch him in the face one time, bro. It had me sitting there watching the fight thinking crazy. I'm like, man, I know I could get in there and land at least one. You can't even scratch this dude, bro. Nothing is landing. I was like,
hindsight 2020, just, but divisions where guys like Josh Warrington, bro, and Kid Galahad and guys like that can be champion, bro. I just think Loma was fighting in divisions that just wasn't that talented, bro. Like when he was fighting in 126 and 130, bro, it just wasn't like it ain't no real talent down there like that, bro. Like we got Bruce Carrington right now at 126, Robeisy Ramirez, but for the most part, bro, like them dudes come up to 135, it's like, man, you might just be another guy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like the talent is different, and you can see Loma get the 135, bro. He having competitive fights with like Linares competitive with him, fucking Luke Campbell competitive, obviously Teofimo, Devin Haney, Jermaine Ortiz. Like it's just different, bro. It's different up there, man.
Man, speaking of Jermaine Ortiz, I watched that fight with him and Loma more recently, man. Man, y'all better chill on Jermaine Ortiz. He was doing some stuff against Loma. I like to believe that he pulled that fight off. Maybe I seen some stuff all wrong, but man, it just activity alone, like not just activity. He was landing punches and punching in combination. He was reacting to everything Loma was doing. Like I was like, yo, this dude really could fight. He could fight. I know Loma ain't, the Matrix, but he damn sure wasn't the Matrix in there. I was like, man, Jermaine Ortiz was beating this dude to the punch. He was being first. He had Loma with his hands in his pockets at times. I don't know how y'all seen that fight. I thought Jermaine Ortiz did very good. Yo. It was very underrated.
I thought it was a real good close fight.
And great network salute, bro. I mean, I ain't saying he had to win, but I just felt like Loma, you can't keep getting in there, letting people get off on you and thinking you just gonna rally back like that.
Loma came on late, and I think that's what the judge remembered. But I could see how you could score for Ortiz. It was close. It was close, just like Loma and Haney was to me.
Yeah, right. Julia, bro. Who you think? I don't even want to ask that. Who had the better performance, y'all? Who had the better performance? Devin or Jermaine Ortiz against Loma. LaMarcus was good, bro.
Yeah, about the same to me. Keep 100 with you.
He say he did better than Devin, right, Judge? You think so? I mean, I don't know. I think I liked his game plan. I don't know better, maybe. I ain't even saying like I could just, I liked his approach better, Jermaine Ortiz. Like reactive is the word that comes to mind when I watch that fight. He didn't get wrapped up in the footwork and the movement of Lomachenko, I think, especially early, like people do. I think when Loma did start to get off on him more, I think Jermaine Ortiz was a bit tired.
Loma had a harder time taking away his jab.
Right, man. He was on it, yo. That's a damn good fighter, bro. I like him.
He took Devin shit away quicker than he took Ortiz shit away, and he was much more. And the thing is, Loma was more competitive earlier with Devin than he was with Ortiz. Like Ortiz was controlling him the first part of that fight. He was actually competitive. Right. With Devin the first half of their fight. So
that's what I seen. You get what I'm saying, KO. He made some stuff look real convincing in there early. I was like, man, really getting off on this dude. And that's what I remember. He had a better first half. And Loma, that veteran, you get what I'm saying? He know how to fight in the back half of fight. He know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? And
if I could sum it up, bro, Loma was more competitive with Devin early in the fight. Loma came on strong with both of them in the back half of the fight. But Jermaine Ortiz didn't stud up in the 12th round the way Devin stood up in the 12th round. That's
true. I could go with that because I just seen it recently, and that makes perfect sense to me.
That's probably the difference in why he got the decision over Ortiz, and he didn't get the decision over Devin because he actually finished strong in the Ortiz fight. Devin stood up in the 12th round.
I get that. I just be messing with y'all. Y'all know I ain't no hater, none of these guys. I just like to mess with y'all about it, man. You gonna always catch me rooting or supporting, should I say, Devin Haney. More so rooting for him more times than not too, except if he fight that bad boy from North. You know what I'm saying? That's different.
Who you rooting for? Who you rooting for if he fight Tank though?
That's the man. Anybody got some smelling salt? Do anybody got some smelling salt? Just tell that man to pick his pillow and his mattress out, and it's all good. 30-1. If it was to happen like that, it would be a bad record. Or say if he beat Regis, if he's with fight Tank and stuff, 31-1, it's not a bad record. Now, respect to him, I can see the things that he can do to make the fight, and competitive. Like I said, it's what you said. Should I say, KO at 35? No, that's a mistake at all. So that's off the table. But I feel like
at 35, that shit look like Leo Santa Cruz. At 40, that shit look like Mario Barrio.
I'm about to say, see, 40 is more competitive, and y'all shouldn't be mad if he said Mario Barrio. It was a pretty competitive, good fight. You know what I'm saying? He just had to catch him at one time. I remember Tank saying he thought, going into the fight that Mario Barrios punched harder than what he thought. And I think if I'm not misquoting him, he said if he'd have realized he didn't punch as hard as he initially thought, he probably would have went at him a little sooner. You know what I'm saying? So I guess he, at some point in the fight, he must have got hit with something and felt like, oh, all right, you know what I mean? This guy don't hit that hard, you know what I'm saying? So I always like
scariest. That's the scariest sight in boxing. Just as Tank Davis walking towards you with a high guard.
If he don't respect your power, man, how? Like, what you gonna do? Tie his hands behind his back? Because that's not good. And I'm talking about for any guy be Tank, especially that guy, because he's shutting lights out. But he ain't the only one, right? Just imagine, like, even Gary Antoine Russell with his style. If he don't respect your power, do you know how bad that's gonna be for you in there? That's gonna be bad. It's a bad night for you. Like Regis Prograde too. I think if you don't respect your power, I think it could be a bad night for you, unless you really could. If you that good to box on the outside, I mean, good luck to that. But you're gonna have to engage at some point to win rounds, right? And I think that's where the opportunities lie. You get what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying. My question with Regis is he's not as good on the inside. He don't got as much skill as the guys that you said before him. Like Regis, he looks square on the inside, trips over his front feet. Like I see a lot of
facts.
To be honest, bro, I see a lot of holes, bro.
Athletic mind, what's good with it, bro? Especially, I mean, that last fight really showed me a lot. It kind of showed me where you really deficient at, and you can't be following your guy around the ring for 12 rounds.
Yeah,
bro. You said something, Thomas?
I was just saying, can Haney move around and hit him with that? I mean, Zaria had a little whopper on him too. Can Haney replicate that in the ring?
Right. Athletic mind was good, man.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you good. No, I was shouting out, bro.
I was just gonna say, as far as the matchup, the similarities between Loma and Devin versus Loma and Ortiz, I thought Ortiz at no point in the fight gave off at least 5 straight rounds. I thought he won 5 straight rounds for sure. He didn't give off 5 straight rounds. I think that when you lose at least 5 straight rounds, it's kind of hard to say you had a better performance than somebody who definitely did not. But that being said, he definitely closed a lot more efficiently than Ortiz, and I think that ultimately is what gave him the nod, like KO said. But I want to talk. I want to go back on that the fights that are possible. It would be nice. I don't know if that fight that they said with Tio is definitely in the works or not, or something that they're pushing actively forward. But I know he did say he want big money fights. And as KO said, there is no other big money fight than Tank
good,
Davis. You got 147 pounders talking about I want to fight him. You know he the big money fight. So I hope that I hope for sure that Tank and them push for that fight. Because if they can go and up at 142, because if they can go up and get that fight and secure that fight at 140, and you take that belt, now you got a piece of the puzzle. And Devin talking about being undisputed up there. You now got a way to push the fight.
Man, Tank go get that motherfucker. Tank go get that goddamn belt. Devin gonna be like, I can't make weight no more. I'm going to 147.
IB said Reach is a tough fighter, but he free smoke for sure. Never heard him ducking nobody. I tell you this, IB, let that fight without him and Haney not come to fruition for whatever reason. You're gonna hear it then. I can put my bottom dollar on
it. It ain't even there. Y'all need to go do some research on Regis and Subriel Matias, bro. He ducked the shit out of Subriel, bro. People either didn't see that shit or they forgetting, bro. He ducked the fuck out of Subriel Matias, bro.
Think he did. Think he ain't just. He think he was supposed to fight him instead of.
Man, look, he told that man. Subriel told that man, look, we can unify right now. I'm put your ass in the hospital.
Nah,
that boy Regis told him. That boy Regis say, "Hey man, I unify when I'm ready. It's levels. I'm watching them go back and forth on Twitter. I'm like, say, bro, but you already tried to unify with Josh Taylor. Why you gotta wait? Why you gotta wait? Like, nah, bro, this shit.
He's still speaking that name, but I get what you're saying. Because I heard some interviews, and that's why I say I like to hear different perspectives, because it's logical and you can't argue that he leaves that window right there open. Like, what do you mean? It's levels. He a champion. Regis, ain't nobody tell you. You ain't know. You ain't get the memo.
Bro, like,
you can't tell him his levels. Like, if he had no belt, cool. I'll give you that. Tell him, yeah, bro, it's levels, man. Go get in line or something.
I think that's a bad matchup for Regis too, bro. That's
you think the age? Think the age is
the age and the lack of skill fighting on the inside, bro, and Subriel a monster on the inside, bro. If he can't hurt Subriel, bro, and Subriel get in there and get to letting him come up, bro, he gonna beat Regis up, bro.
That was good with it, bro. Nah, right. You know what I was saying though? I mean, I know Regis is looked at as like a in shape street fighter, a guy like that, street fighter style. I have seen him show the ability to be able to box. And I was saying, when it pertains to that matchup, when you look at those two, I think Subriel is what he is, right? He coming to beat you up. He ain't really much boxing that's going on with him. I mean, in the inside, yeah, when he gets you there, like, he worked. Like, that's one thing I realized, especially once he get going. I think his work in the inside is phenomenal work.
Just them hands is fast.
Yeah,
He switched speeds on him to really get the shot he really want, bro. Like, he'll go pat. Like, he do some. If you really just go sit down, bro, if you have time, go sit down and watch him, bro.
Yeah,
that boy better than a lot of people think, man.
Maybe Regis had to try to box him and fight him. Like, you get what I'm saying? I just don't believe in just going right at him like that.
He coming that bitch jabbing that air like he did in his last two fights.
That's what I'm saying. That's not gonna be good. That's 60 something, whatever arm reach is looking T-Rexes, man. Like, it don't be working, man. Had you looking bad the last fight, man.
I tell you, bro. I'm about to I gotta take a work call, bro, but I'm gonna hop back on with you if you're still on when I come back.
You already know. Appreciate you, bro. I'm here. You ain't gotta get him. You gotta get him. Yeah, you gotta get him up out of here. Salute to everybody in the building. IB, salute, bro. All talk to the contracts get sent. Did it get quiet? Didn't they don't want to fight no more, huh? They don't want to fight no more. They don't want to fight. Who was Matias signed to? I don't know, bro. I don't know because I don't think it was PBC. I don't think who knows that? Who is Matias signed to? Because I know Eddie Hearn was talking about trying to get him on Matchroom to secure the Regis, that him for Regis. You get what I'm saying? But I don't know who he signed to. 49's reach, I'll tell you that. That short reach be come back to hurt him, bro. Regis like he needed glasses, throw them jabs as far as man, he was off. You know what I think, Ash, that played in a factor in that Regis fight, a hometown fight. I think when you listen to some of the stuff that he said he had to take care of and worry about, usually fighters, when they have a fight of that magnitude, they have other people that take care of those things. And I think he had a lot on his plate, as well as it just not being his best performance, right? I think his focus was in more places than it needed to be. That's just me. I'm not making no excuses, just an observation. I think his focus was in more places than it needed to be when you got a hometown fight looming or hanging over your head. You know what I mean? They give you a hometown fight for you to come out there and look good. I think he wanted it so bad to look good. I think it kind of bled into the performance mixed with the kind of game plan that Zarilla brought. And I think a lot of people are not factoring in and taking into account that, remember, he was preparing for a totally different fighter. Remember, I forget what's the fighter that fell out with Regis, man. He was preparing for him for weeks. Remember, Zarilla came in late. So I also think that played a factor as well. You get what I'm saying? I think that played a factor in the way Regis' fight looked. You get what I'm saying? But we've seen better day. And the reason why I can lean my hat there a little bit, because I'll say this. When have you ever seen Regis look like he looked in his last outing? And I think everybody can have an off night. Even his loss wasn't an off night. You get what I'm saying? Like, that was one of the most competitive losses that you'll see. So, and it could have still went either way, right? So I think when you look at that and you look at the Zarilla fight, you can't name another Regis fight where he looked that off, if you want to say that, or bad, whatever you want to call it. Like, you've seen that one time. So I'm willing to say it was some deciding factors. Some of it you could attribute to age or whatever the case, but I still believe, I don't think his body is all beat up. You get what I'm saying? He ain't been in a war after war after war. You get what I'm saying? He's been in some good fights, but I think Regis still got some tread left in the tire. I don't think he's some old ass fighter or something like that. PBC has him on their roster. Oh, is he? Okay, Regis got to counter Matias with that left uppercut. I'm telling you, because Matias be coming in there throwing everything, kitchen sink included. To his promoter is Fresh Boxing Promotions in Puerto Rico. He advised by Al Haney, same as Manny Rodriguez. Bro, be on it, man. Salute to L Dub, man. Always, man. If y'all haven't, man, y'all go check out the bro L Dub Boxing. Do your boy solid. Go check him out. Leon Paro. There you go. Appreciate you, Rosia. Much love. You get what I'm saying? That was the southpaw fighter that fell through. Right. So I will say that, just trying to be realistic about the situation, right? You go from a Liam Paro, you preparing for that guy the whole entire time, and then you get thrown, a Zarilla at the last minute. And I think a Zarilla, a guy that got deceptive power and that can box, right? And some of the things that he do well in there, Regis don't do as well. So, and you've seen that play out into the fight. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all both on point, man. Appreciate y'all, Dub and Roger. I couldn't remember his name. Most surprising thing in that fight is that Regis got dropped. Yep. Got caught off guard. Them short arms, man. He was falling short. And as a Peter fight too, I think he just had issues with closing the distance. True, Ant. That's true. Martin Gonzalez was good with it. His tank really fighting Pitbull again. I'm hearing that's what's going on. You get what I'm saying? I do hear that's what's going on, but I'm not justifying it and I'm not bashing it. Of course, I've said all the time that I'd much rather see something else. But then when you really look at the landscape of things, how many fighters do people really, are definitely asking for Tank to fight? I think some of those names are removed immediately off the list. The Devin Haney's off the list. Shakur Stevenson off the list. Frank Martin off the list. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of these dudes that are off the list, respectfully. So right off the top. So I think you just got to look into who's really available and see if it's somebody that's truly so much better than Pitbull. I'm not saying it's not. Obviously, it got to be somebody, right? But it just is what it is, right? Like I want to see, something different. But I also know that if he's going to fight somebody else before the end of the year, just consider the fact that this be his third fight. So gave us a lot of fights, man. It's always the next year, a fresh year to start. You know what I'm saying? Especially after coming off a situation. I know he ain't do no years and nothing like that, but you just don't know. You don't know in which way did that affect them. Did it affect their plans in any way, shape, or form in terms of how they're pursuing fights? That's just me. I'm always looking for different scenarios that's possible, right? I'm not always a guy just trying to, hammer them for the decisions. I'll be trying to understand what led to a Pitbull fight. Like, what is it that made y'all go in this direction instead of just being a person. I hate that fight. I don't want to see it. He's ducking this. He's ducking. I think that's rhetoric. I'm good on that. I be trying to understand the business of boxing more so, and it got to be a reason, whether it's business, money wise, it got to be something that the reason why they're going with the pit bull fight. And again, the reason why I'm looking at that angle, because everybody else has spewed all the narratives, the rhetoric. He ducking this, he ain't fighting this one. He should fight this one. We did it. We did all that already. What we haven't done is at least gave that pit bull fight as an option, a realistic possibility. Like, why is it a realistic possibility right now? Why is that the fight that's coming? You get what I'm saying? Is it what the rhetoric that people spewing, and I'm just not running with that? Like, I know got to be something, man. And I'm never going, forget that boxing is a business at the end of the day, right? So it got to make sense. And I don't know. I think they could just make something happen business-wise and fan base-wise. It got to be a reason, is what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? Tough fight to make. Regis went against the pay that me worried more than the win was the real. Was the pay to literally jab Regis like crazy. I feel that. Yeah, the jab, right? Regis looked so-so in his first hometown fight versus Juan Velasco right before he joined. Oh, yeah. Which fight you think he looked worse in, Dub? What do you think? Was it like a Zarilla type fight? I don't know if I caught. Hold on. I might have seen that fight because that was in a tournament you talking about. Yeah, that was that tournament fight. Being shorter fighter with slow feet is never a good recipe. And nope, Tank isn't pound for pound there out of the list. I don't know. Because Martin, it's like your pound for pound list is whatever you want it to be, right? You get what I'm saying? This is whatever list you want it to be. You get what I'm saying? I think he's a hell of a talent, man. Pound for pound type talent, man. The only thing that's obviously missing to solidify that further than what we see with our eyes and what we think, right, with our minds is the opponent selection, right? The names. And I think those will come in due time. Like I'm still optimistic that this dude gonna get in there and fight these guys. Like I don't think these dudes you get what I'm saying? Top dog just do top Tank top 2 in the pound for pound and your pound for pound. And I ain't arguing it, right? Because he's just that type of talent, I think. You get what I'm saying? But you stop Velasco though. Show great body punching. Right. Yeah, and that's why I say maybe, yeah. And that's why I say, and Dub just a boxing purist, man. He be on everything. That's why I always appreciate his input on the live streams, man, because I wouldn't even thought about that fight. But another reason too, it's a little while ago, so it ain't fresh in my mind. I guess I'm going off I feel like this fight was even, even tougher than that one, obviously, for Regis, right? But yeah, that is 2 performances to look at, but you get what I'm saying? That's not your typical Regis, you know what I mean? Regis really be switched on more than that. He usually performs a lot better than he did in his last outing, right? So, we just expect more for Regis because we know what he's capable of, right? So, like I've been saying all along, man, I just hope I hope they hurry up and get let me take this down. Hope they hurry up and square away a date so we could really know that fight coming. Because like I said, Regis seemed like he was getting bored, seemed like he was getting impatient with the situation, and he started mentioning names like AB and things like that, fighting other people. So we definitely want to see him fight the guy that he's been, they've been saying he's gonna fight for like the last month or so. So hopefully they could work their differences out and give us that fight. Tank versus Pitbull, Shakur versus Frank, love both fights. We gotta enjoy these fights. WA just ordered a Pitbull and Tank. Right, I think they had that in the plans, man. I think that's a money maker, man, for people, man. I think like that's a business move, and not just for Tank, for the powers that be as well, man. I think that's why they solidifying that fight. And then it's funny because again, when you just look at the landscape and the availability of some of the absolute top guys that you would want to see him fight, they're just not available. And that's something that I think as boxing fans we at least owe to the fighters, right? Like it's nothing wrong. You don't like a fight, you don't like a fight. I'm not telling you to like something that you don't like, right? But at least give the situation, that much to look into it and say, hey, look, man, to be honest, this might not be the best fight. I'm cool on which side there, but some names really are just not on the table right now. You get what I'm saying? And you're gonna go with the best money option. Who knows? I'm assuming that's what the situation is, right? It's just crazy how it's all shaping out. But again, we talking about a guy that already just gave us like back-to-back fights. So we can't forget that too. We can't forget that. So you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't realize WWE gives Tank mandatories to fight P. Hunter. That's why I say when people say that that's a Mickey Mouse belt, I don't echo those same sentiments, because the same Mickey Mouse belt has mandatories attached to them. And the way it's like you don't get that belt credit, but they'll make you fight for it. You get what I'm saying? Whereas, I guess, what is it? The super title is no mandatories attached to it. So make it at what you want. You get what I'm saying? It's crazy. Amazing year in boxing. Absolutely, man. I'm watching Keyshawn fight right now. Kid, bad boy, man. I'm telling you, Dante, I'm with you, bro. Kid be in his bag, man. He be talking his talk, but he be in his bag. He definitely be in his bag. 817, my God. What's good with it, my bro? Good to see you in the building, man. How you feeling? Feel like Regis couldn't cut the ring in his last fight. Can't let Haney just outbox him. I got Haney UD. Yeah, man. I'm gonna say this, that fight could be extremely difficult in terms of like Regis dealing with the movement of Haney, right? But one thing is, I would be looking for obviously is the respect that Haney is able to gain from Regis, right? I think that's an important factor. A lot of people, make a fuss about Haney's punching power or lack thereof, however you want to call it. They call him pillar fisted and all that other stuff, right? But I say this. It's not that you have to transform and all of a sudden come to 140 and be this puncher, but it's very key and very important, in my opinion, to be able to gain the respect of the guy that's on the other side of you. And I feel like if he's able to do that with Regis, we're going to have a damn good fight, and Regis going to have a really tough fight on his hands. Because you get what I'm saying? The areas where Haney is sharper, obviously moving, footwork, you get what I'm saying? Being elusive defensively. You get what I'm saying? Getting out of the way. Just making the fight difficult. Standing on the outside, boxing, staying long, staying sharp, staying disciplined, right? That's what Haney is good at. And make no mistake about it, those are the skills that he's going to utilize against Regis. That jab is going to be on display as long as he can. You know what I mean? He's going to have that jab in his face. Like, I think it was Teach that just mentioned how many jabs that Regis ate from Zepeda. So that's just something to note. And, Haney is pegged as a fighter with a damn good jab, one of the best, right? So when you look at that and you see that Regis has some issues with a fighter that jab is not so much, spoken on, you get what I'm saying? It's possible for, Regis to have issues with Haney's jab movement, cutting off the ring, with him being elusive and things like that. But you just want to see from a power standpoint, what kind of respect that Haney's able to gain from Regis, because his ball game, you get his respect, his ball game, and that in turn keeps him honest, and that stops him from just trying to walk into your wheelhouse and hurt you. You get what I'm saying? Because make no mistake about it, what Regis' game plan is. He's coming to hurt you. He don't want to box, he want to fight. So Regis, Devin Haney gonna have to make Regis box, and that's all. You know what I mean? Make Regis box, not fight. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be very important, or mix up the two, but be smart doing it. You get what I'm saying? William Old School, my brother, salute family. How you feeling? So it's just one of those fights. It's a fun fight. It's one we need. It's one I'm gonna keep talking about till we get it. I just want to see it. Yeah. Haney is not a puncher, Martin, but he don't have to be a puncher, right? But he has to be able to get your respect. He has to. You get what I'm saying? That's any fighter. I feel like any fighter, like it's you playing with fire. If you got a guy on the other side of you and he don't respect nothing about what you got going on, like it's gonna get tough. It's gonna get spooky for you in there. Get what I'm saying? Reed's got so much heart. Believe Haney got the skill advantage, but Reed's gonna push him, show a different level to beat him. Yeah, it's a good chance he'll push him. Haney got a chin too. I'm glad you said that, Key, because a lot of people, and not everybody, a lot of people try to say he chinny. And I did a live shooting down that. I feel like that was a false narrative, only because I ain't gonna say his chin is the best. We just don't know. But all I know is getting buzzed one time in a fight don't make you chinny. I think that's a stretch. That's people wanting that to be the case. The way I assess that is he got hit with a punch he didn't see. He wasn't prepared for. It's always the punches you don't see. Those typically knock guys out sometimes. You get what I'm saying? Or drop guys. He got wobbled pretty good, but he recovered and he still got the win. The guy that wobbled him had more knockouts than Haney had fights, if I'm not mistaken. So that's how I assess that. Like, that's not the worst thing in the world to get wobbled by a guy that got more knockouts than you got fights. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think he's chinny, and I agree with you. He got a chin, and part of having that part of having that chin is being in shape, yo. That's why he was able to take that kind of shot. If people ever thought about it, he was able to take that shot from Linares because the dude be in great shape. Get what I'm saying? I got you. I'm a pin it, Steph. I'm a pin the link. Y'all smash the like button. Salute to everybody in the building. We just gonna keep on cooking, having this build. But yeah, man, that's a fight that I want to see. And you know, again, him and Shakur, they're gonna do what they do, man. It is what it is. I just hope that, for the sake of boxing, for all of us as fight fans, like when we have to sit through the back and forths, I hope we're able to then in return at some point in boxing be able to sit through the actual fight and watch it. So that's what I'm always about. You get what I'm saying? I like the way Shakur's just, you know, he got to stand his ground, man. He got to stand tall. But I think as long as he stay focused and keep, you know, just putting in that work, man, stay locked in, man. Sky's the limit, and he'll be just fine. He gonna be just fine. Like he get to quiet a lot of doubters. Now, not all of them, because somebody always gonna have something to say. But with this Frank Martin fight, he got an opportunity to silence a lot of doubters and quiet some of the background noise. You get what I'm saying? And I know as a fighter, there's nothing more refreshing than probably shutting people up a little bit. So, you know, Frank Martin be a young, fresh, hungry, athletic, young, black, slick fighter, if you want to call him that, you know, with a ton of skill and talent. So, you know, make no mistake about it, that's going to be a fight to watch on both sides, right? No matter who you rooting for, it's going to be one of the better fights to watch, I believe. You think Linares beats Catterall? I think Hitchens beats Zepeda. No, I think Catterall possibly stops Linares, and I think Richardson Hitchens completely outclasses Zepeda. I think Zepeda might have some moments, but I think Richardson Hitchens gonna completely level up on him, and he gonna school him. I think Richardson Hitchens gonna take Zepeda to school. I mean, he probably beat him even more convincingly than Catterall beat Linares. Who knows? But Linares, man, he been getting knocked out, and he has some tough losses. He been around a long time, and I think Catterall is still riding a nice high momentum. You get what I'm saying? Catterall still building since the Josh Taylor robbery, right? You get what I'm saying? Since they took that win from him, so he's still been winning and doing well. So I expect they won't let you. Oh yeah, it's in there. It's in there, bro. You know, you can always come up and chop it up. But nah, yeah, man, that's gonna be another good fight. Hitchens, that's another fight, an opportunity for him to prove himself against a respected opponent. You know what I'm saying? Zepeda ain't got his ass beat by a ton of guys. Like he's been in there with some of the best, some of the better fighters of the division of boxing. So it's a good fight for Hitchens, man. It's a chance for him to continue to prove his worth and prove that he one of them top dudes at 140, because he is. And I've been saying it for a while, since he was over there on Mayweather Promotions. Saying it for a long time. Richardson Hitchens going to be one of them names at 140. And right on point. Right on point. He making his name right now. Y'all give me 2 seconds. Let me go grab something to drink. Thomas, what's good with it, my bro? He said, did you watch Shushu? Yeah, I'll talk about it. Let me grab my drink real quick. My bad, y'all. I'm back. But yeah, I watched Shushu. Again, that's one of the top guys. That's one of the top young prospects. I seen you, Steph. You just popped off. That's one of the top young prospects, man. I think he up next. I think he gets, you know, he improves from fight to fight. He made them subtle improvements from fight to fight. I love his temperament, his attention to detail. He's a very disciplined fighter. He's smart in there. He's reactive. He know how to fight in the pocket. He's responsible in defense. You get what I'm saying? He know how to block. He blocks a lot of those shots. He don't get hit with a ton of clean punches. I like the work from Shushu, man. He's well schooled, and you can tell that he really puts the work in. That dude want to be great. You know what I'm saying? And that's the energy I get from Shushu Carrington. And one thing I like about him even more, if you ever heard his interviews, the dude is hella intelligent. He a damn gym rat. You get what I'm saying? He's a student of the game, man. He knows boxing, bro. He knows boxing very well, man. Shushu's a smart young kid. Hitchens probably the best pro boxer on 40. It's gonna be hard for him to get title shot until he's mandatory. I'm telling you, he gonna punch his way there, Dante. He gonna get there. What's good with his stat? How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm chilling. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You clear?
Or yeah. Actually, I asked you something earlier when KO was on, and then I stepped away for a little bit because you guys were talking about development, and I want to go back to Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin. And I want to ask both of you guys' opinion, but I'll ask you. Do you think Frank's development is evenly par with where Shakur Stevenson is on how Top Ranked has developed him? Just comparing those guys?
You mean in terms of like opponent selection and you know, just grooming them up until this point?
Just everything, you know, here we are current day. Because I think it's an evenly matched today, right now.
Say that again.
Where they're at in their careers. I said I think they're evenly matched where they are today.
Oh, okay. In terms of like
35.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it's fair. And that's why you want to see that fight, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what the skill level of both guys is, and we a lot of, just to try to be as open as possible, a lot of what people think is Shakur is expectation, right? And ceiling, right? Where they think he can be. And I think with a fight like Frank Martin, a guy that's proven his way as well, he 2 fights shy of having 20, right? He got 18, Shakur got 20. They right there. You get what I'm saying? But if you look at some of or a couple of the opponents, maybe 1 or 2 on Frank Martin, or the Michelle, what do you have? Michelle Rivera?
No, look at he's got. You know, look at. Yeah, for sure. Like Frank's got. You know
what I mean? He got a Michelle Rivera. So, you know what I mean?
He's got Martinez, and then he's got who's that? Artem, his last outing, which I love that outing.
Right.
When you look at Shakur, he's got Contiao, Herring, and Valdez.
Right.
I think that's all right there on par. Right there.
You get what I'm saying? So it's right. It's right there, and it's intriguing. So now it's a matter of who skills gonna win over. You know what I'm saying? Is it gonna be that pure boxing and that IQ and defensive, you know what I mean, ability of Shakur Stevenson, or is it gonna be that athletic man down, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, Frank Martin that could get in your chest and make it difficult for you. So it's fun, man. I can't wait to see that lined up. Like y'all already know how I feel about it, but I try to make sure no matter what pick I'm making, I get another fighter is just dude. It's a reason I want to see this. It's a reason why I'm a heavy advocate for this fight, because it's 50-50. These are the fights it's worth our money. You get what I'm saying? And anytime I could get one of these, give it to me, man. And I think it's cool that it kind of falls in line with where Frank Martin is at right now. He's 28. Think he ain't won no title shot. Opportunity, vacant or not, he got to get it how he could get it. And I don't see.
Isn't this for the belt now? Right?
Say again.
Vacant belt. I said, isn't this for the belt now?
Yeah, it's vacant, right? WBC vacant. Yep. So it's a great opportunity for both. Like I would have liked to see him.
My bad. Go ahead, brother.
No, I was about to say I'd like to see him take the belt off somebody, but sometimes, you know, in boxing, this is how it go. Belts become vacant for a reason, and somebody got to fight for them. And I don't knock that process. It just is what it is, because, you know, fighting for the belt is one thing, but the real challenges start to come in when you got to defend it, right? We all know that. Everybody can get it and be a belt holder, title holder, but can you become a true champion once you attain that belt? So I think that's where I look at for Shakur, any guy that's able to get them a title under their belt. And for him, if he's able to snatch up the title, that'd be, you know, champion in 3 different weight classes, man. He'd be carving out a nice, you know what I mean, a nice little resume for himself. And I think with a fighter like Frank Martin, it's a very good start, like, you know, in terms of stepping into a good fighter and make a quality fight. You know, a lot of people don't really respect the Valdez win much. You know what I mean? I do. I'm different. I do. but I know there's far more talented guys than him, and I think Frank Martin is one of them. So I respect this fight more so than that one because he right there. He's athletic as hell. He's just not a come forward guy that just throws power shots, right? Frank Martin goes to the body well. He can move well. And like I say, keep his hands up, very responsible in defense. It's just a good fight to watch from a technical standpoint. I see it being a technical chess match, and may the best man win. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be levels shown, I believe, in that fight at some point. Fish Grease, what it do, family? Stormy B, man, salute to the sensei. How you feeling, OG?
Yes,
Class is in session.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it's Stormy.
But yeah, like
well,
your question, development-wise, right, I agree. They right there. Like, you know, as far as where they at and how they've been moving them, I think they about right there. Now, I will say Shakur has had some other opportunities too, though, because he has had opportunities to fight for titles. So, but it's still not that far off. You get what I'm saying? It's not that far off. So it's right there, and I think that's what makes the fight a good one. I mean, I think he won a lot of people over. Frank Martin did with the way he beat Michel Rivera. I think a lot of people was impressed with his performance.
Yeah, I'm impressed with Frank, man, because I'm not gonna lie to you, like I go on history because my favorite fighter, that's his fighter, so support. But kind of you're hitting around the button. I want to kind of touch on that a little bit more, like the styles going up against each other. And you're the guy because I know SS is your guy. What's his style, man? And then I'm gonna tell you what I think. I've always kind of thought his style is. You hear me, dude?
My bad. You said you asked me his style. You there? You hear me? I think I lost my bro for a second. I think I lost that for a second. Salute to everybody in the building. OG, how you feeling, Stormy? Good to see you in the building. Steph does TBS, still talk boxing. You talking about You talking about Kyle? Yeah, Kyle. Are you talking about TV? Yeah, he still be on. The boxing section, yes, sir. He still be doing his thing, for sure. To my knowledge, for sure. Unless something changed, but yeah, TBS still be doing his thing. Salute to my bro C Wood, man, in that Cash App, man. Always showing love. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate it.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Salute to C Wood. Frank needs to turn into Sean Porter for this fight. Yeah, man. Effective pressure will be important in counter punching. The thing I look for a lot in Shakur Stevenson fights are his feet, right? I think he got underrated footwork because people don't necessarily see him in all fights, especially in recent fights, using his feet, to maneuver around the ring. He's been fighting the guys right in the pocket, right in their wheelhouse and dominating, doing it, looking good doing it. So I think people underrate his feet. What's good, bro? You back?
Yeah, man. Ever since that hurricane down here in SoCal, man, my internet is. I got to get some AT&T out here. It's bad. But yeah. I was asking you, what's Shakur's style? And I want to give you like.
You said, what do I think his style is?
Yeah.
I think Shakur is I don't know. I look at him as a pure boxer. You get what I'm saying? Pure boxer that smart guy, chess player, man. I see him as a chess player, man. His IQ is something that always stand out to me. I look at him pure boxer, man. Create his openness, man. Smart dude. He has the ability to fight you in the pocket if he need to. He can use his feet to be elusive if he need to do that as well, man. The dude is very, very rounded in the ring, man. I don't think it's much he can do in there. You get what I'm saying? Saturday if you have to.
Kind of a Mexican chess player, man, because he does come right at you. And there's that range that he keeps with his opponent, and wherever they go, he's just in that range, man. but his upper body
Right.
movement's really good, so he's making you miss, and he's of course hitting on you and things like that. So that's why I use the Mexican style. I think that style is really good and challenging. Well, first off, it's one of the most difficult ones that all of boxing. But going up against Frank, it's right on par, man. Because Frank comes from DJ and company, and they teach punching for openings. What'd you think of Frank's last outing against that Olympian, the European?
Yes, I got you. And salute to you, L-Dub. For you, man, bro, you gonna keep me sharp, yo. I'll be tapped in as much as anything you say me, I'm tapping into it. So you gonna keep me sharp, bro. So I'm definitely gonna tap into that, man. Any old things boxing, bro, I'm on it. So if something is on, or you think I ain't catch you already know. Send it over how you be saying this, bro. It's very informative, man. That's why I tell people to sub to him. He on top of everything. Bro, boxing.
That Zoidberg. Heck yeah.
Back to Steph, you said his the outing. Flossy Sports TV, my bro was good with it. Got another video? Okay, send it to me, bro. But I thought like a lot of people said he struggled, right? I try to be so, not try to be too hard on these dudes because I know what they do ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? I know how hard it is to, from the outside looking in, I could, gauge at least to some degree how hard it is to do what they're doing. So I didn't necessarily want to look at the performances that he struggled. I just think we see him have some issues in there because he kind of fixed what wasn't broken. And what I mean by that is in the fighter meetings, this is why I listen to fighter meetings, because sometimes it give you a peek into what the fighter is thinking. You get what I'm saying? And when I heard him say, I ain't gonna be the nice ghost this fight. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring that dog out. And I'm just like, interesting, because you in your fights, I believe you have dog. I believe you are a dog. I believe, I don't think you had to have that kind of mentality necessarily to be successful. I think that's just who you are naturally. You are a dog. You get what I'm saying? That's how people look at Frank Martin. He's a dog in there. I've heard him, people, phrase it that way. He call him a dog. So when I heard him say he's not going to be the nice guy, he's going to be the dog, then when I seen his approach, I believed he fixed what wasn't broke. What him and Derrick James had been working on putting together has been just fine. Like, and you seen Derrick James had to ask him, like, you all right? Like, yo, you want to be cute or you want to win? I think he asked him that. I think he was on Frank Martin. He kept asking him, like, so.
No, Derrick was mad because he wasn't really on directions. He was just following him and countering him all night, really. Right. He was trying to get him up out of there. Like you say, he was trying to show his dog. And Derrick was getting frustrated because he wanted him to fight smartly, walk him down with the jab, because they knew they could get him. But I love that fight, man. He needs more developmental fights like that. It was a great fight, man, because it looked tight, But at the end, I mean, God dog, man, he beat the crap out of that guy. That dude's face is beat up.
Yeah, he beat Artem face up pretty good.
And he still had a smile on his face.
Yeah, I just think he allowed Artem some rounds that people didn't expect him. And again, I think the reasoning for that is, simple things. You're not listening to Derrick James once. We see what happened to Charlo, the fight that he decided not to listen to Derrick James. You were doing the same thing. I think your mentality bled into the fight, and you was trying to be something that you already are. And you was relying a lot, I think, on your athleticism as a result. You was a little eager because you wanted to show a different level, a different, layer to your game. But I think you've already been shown that layer. I can't stress that enough. You've already shown the ability to be that type of, you know what I'm saying? I just don't think you had to switch nothing. So you kind of, your mentality caused you to, I think apply yourself a certain way from an execution standpoint. Like, and I seen him like missing with counters. Like, I don't recall any recent fights where he was just like off with his timing and things like that. So even he said it, he just felt like he was off. So it's just weird to see that. And then when you see, we see EJ fight, so we seen some rough outings, and that's why I was also saying, like, is it a chance that Derrick James got a lot on his plate? I don't want to tell another man was too much. I
hear y'all talking like that.
You got a lot.
That's his job, bro.
You got a lot going on, bro. You got some big personality, bro. You got Charlo. I mean, that's a personality in and of itself.
Real quick, dude. But y'all have to admit, when I say y'all, because I'm hearing a lot of fans talking like this. Look, man, to me, little Charlo is maturing nicely, man. And you know, and what it is to me is that people just don't like change. He's doing this versus what he used to do. So I'm with that. I'm with that. Rejuvenation, whatever it takes, man. And then EJ, I mean, look, man, EJ, when I say he really like that, like he's a big dog, man. He's sitting at the big boy table. So everything is big. Everything is big. And like he's a proven commodity. So like that's what that is. And we lucky that he's a chill guy. A real chill guy. Like he moving correctly. He's not loud mouth and saying this, that, and the other.
Yeah. He's maturing, and I think people man,
what I don't like,
they're not people not accustomed to that energy. And I think I understand it, but you gotta at least explore or at least be able to point out the fact that there's not the respect is not one-sided, it's mutual. Very. Some could even say he's somewhat rocking Charlo to sleep. Man, he done told him he the better Charlo. He fought the better people. Come on. Too, yo. So people keep talking about how much respect he's showing them. They don't like it because it's the hurt business, but he don't gotta show that. He can show all of that in the ring. All of that, which I want him to show with words. Say that for the ring, because what good is saying all of this stuff to him, then you go out there and don't win. So I think he needs all the focus he can garner for this fight and put all of that into having one of the absolute best performances of your career. That's what I want to see for Charlo. And I see the growth. I see the respect. I feel like he's glad that he's finally gotten the opportunity, and it's okay to show respect. I think he's trying to show us. You know, I don't think he is showing us growth. Sometimes people just don't recognize it when they see it because maybe they're not ready for it, or maybe they expected something different. But I appreciate his approach, and I like it because it's authentic. And he even said it. He said, I wish I didn't show y'all some of this negative, but he was like, that's just me though. So I think that was him then, and you seeing him now. But at the same time, I think if it's any window, Canelo give him any of that type of energy, giving it right back to him.
Yeah. Canelo, he's sitting good, man.
And Justin, and that's another name that's off the table for Tank that people was wondering. Because a lot of these dudes, that's why I say there's nothing wrong with saying what fight you don't like, but I think let's be responsible fans by being up on point as much as we can in terms of knowing who is available. I ain't saying we're supposed to know all these guys' schedules, but just following the sport closely enough, we talk about it every day. It's some names that you really can pick and poke and take right off the list. You get what I'm saying? And then you see what he's left with, and then maybe you have more of a, I don't know, you less of a disdain for the fight. You're like, well, all right, man, I still don't care about it, but okay. You see this name off, this guy, I would love to see Tank fight him. These dudes just ain't on the table right now either. So, but that don't mean they won't be on the table next year. People act like this is the end if he don't fight somebody. You get what I'm saying? Bro, we got next year. The man fought twice. You had a situation. You think about it. You just consider, sometimes try to put yourself in the fighter's shoes, maybe some of the powers that be, just try to understand. Instead of, I don't know, I don't want to just be the dude criticizing. I'm going to have my critiques, but I also want to give every situation some understanding where I'm trying to understand it and not just be mad at it. So that's why I'm laughing. Again, $15 million for this fight.
Because the Tank stuff, man. Like, look, man, look, we can see how ballin' and blessed Tank is, dog. Like, y'all need to leave him alone, man. It's chill. It's him and it's everyone else. So be happy on what you get. And then finally, man, that heavyweight fight this past weekend, man. Like,
let's talk about it, because I had that up here to talk about as well. Man, what's your thoughts on it? Talk to me.
That was trash to me, man. Dude, that was trash, dog. I wasn't impressed by either guy. Like the whole big deal about the low blow. Look, man, I mean, it's okay to hit him on the belt. Like anything above that or on that, that's legal, right? Last time I checked. So that's that.
You know what was telling for me about that shot? The fact that y'all want to keep saying low blow and illegal shot, this and that. But man, did y'all see the reaction of a guy that got hit in the nuts? Because I didn't. I seen the reaction of a guy that got hit in his stomach and took time to recover. Took all the time. And then the ref even walked up to, hey, you need some more time? Hey, take all the time you need, bro. Yeah, we got all day. Yeah, did it hurt? It hurt? You need some more time? Like, what? Bro, what? What are you talking about? Then I seen Usyk said somewhere today, I read that he said if he'd seen a ref count, he would have got up. And that is what that's exactly what I wanted to see, because I think we'll be having a different conversation today. Even if you get what I'm saying, you would have gotten up. If you just started counting, you would have gotten up instead of doing all of what you did. I think you would have been hurt. I think that man could have jumped on you and possibly gotten you up out of there. I do think that. I think they kind of, I hate the word robbery, but they took an opportunity away from Daniel Dubois, man. That shot was more clean than it was foul. You get what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to go with that. Like, his reaction said it all. He didn't get hit where you thought he would have got hit at. So where else really could you get hit? That's so, you get what I'm saying? That's not there. That's so damaging. Like, I just didn't see it. I didn't like the reaction. Matter of fact, I think I got a video.
That's a funny thumbnail you got with the bandage.
Yeah, I had to put those two pictures up there. The one with the joints up to his chest, and then the other one, like, because that's basically what y'all like. Come on, bro.
But this man, like that was bad television, dog.
Yeah, like the only person that got hit in the nuts was me for my opportunity, not getting a chance. Facts, I should show him mutual respect with Charlo and what is it?
British cats suck, dog. I don't care what y'all say.
Yeah, that was bad. I just think they took the opportunity away from him. The amount of time that they gave this dude was wild. The amount of time, bro, that they gave this dude, unbelievable.
How much time they give him? Because like after that happened, I went away and I came back and it was like, I guess the 6th round. I don't know.
I know what they gave him, like a 5-minute period or something. They gave him something. They gave this dude a considerable amount of time, bro. And here's a little video clip right here, man. And this shows it. Like, what y'all think y'all seen right here? I'm gonna play this video clip. What y'all see? Yo, man, do you see that? Like, man, that just don't look like a bad shot right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it back.
I'm gonna run it back. I'm gonna start it back from the beginning, y'all. That shot just looks so clean, man. I get it. Maybe it's straight just a bit south or north or whatever you want to call it, south. But man, I just don't know, bro. Look, I don't know. He looked like he took a gut shot, not a nut shot, a gut shot. Look at him. You would have went right for your groin. You go right for your groin. He didn't do that. Man, I don't know, bro. Look at it.
It's a nice shot.
Man, look like he punched the soul out of you. Look like Triple D caught you with one of them planes, man.
I guess, man. Like I said,
man. Look like he caught you right there. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, bro, man, I don't know, man. Usyk, man. And I think you laid it on thick with that little performance after you got hit. I wasn't feeling it, bro. I wasn't feeling it. You said you would have got up. I wish that's what you would have did. And I wish the ref would have administered a count and you would have got up just to see if you was any worse for wear. Because, again, if you needed that much time to get right, why is it crazy for me to believe that you would have been hurt had you had a 10-second count to beat and then get right back into it, and you took all of that time? I can see if you took a quick 30 seconds, minute or something. No, bro, you was sitting on the ground for mad long. I thought it was over. Yo, bro, I thought the fight was over. I literally was watching this dude be on the ground for mad long. I thought they was about to say the fight is over. Like, I was thinking he had some type of leg injury. Do y'all remember how this dude was sitting on the mat? Nothing indicated that he got hit where people are saying he got hit at. That's what I'm saying. His body language tells everything. Man, that made Usyk, I'll sock you out, man. You're a good fighter, but that pissed me off, bro. You would sit, you milked it. and you were sitting there like a guy that was recovering from a damn good body shot after the referee granted you the opportunity to do so. I can't be mad at you all the way because the ref is his what I believe should have happened at worst. I don't. He should have counted, or the Daniel Dubois should have been told, "Hey man, just keep him up," like a little warning. And get what I'm saying? I don't think that was no egregious shot. I don't think it was worthy of all that time. Like Steph, have you ever seen a referee like a dude want more time, but the ref like, come on, turn around, let's go. Like they don't. That should have happened. That should have happened. Instead, he did the opposite. Yeah, I'm gonna get this guy all the time in the world to recover. Yeah, you all right, sir? Yeah, where you feeling at? Your tummy hurt? Like that's how he was looking at him at one point. Yeah, I gotta find a picture where the referee was just standing in his face, like looking at him. Like, bro, I was like, yo, you looking at what you asking him right now? Do his tummy hurt? Like, bro, what you want? He got punched in the body. It hurt it. Yes, it hurt it. He killed right over, bro. Get your ass out of here. Daniel Dubois should probably be a champion right now, unified champion. This is wild. No slight to Usyk. You're a hell of a fighter. I picked you to win. You get what I'm saying? You pieced him up after that, but I believe his momentum was killed after all of this. I believe he was a little deflated after he seen how it went. He like, bro, they really about that, but his team should have bugged out a little bit, man. Should have put something. I don't know what else they could have did, though. I don't want to sound like a just random guy just talking, but man, I'd have been pissed. There's no way, bro. Man, I just don't know, bro. Nuts is not right there. Man, your nuts ain't there, dude. They ain't right there, man. It ain't right there. We not our bodies ain't there, bro. Like what? Look at that joint. Man, I just don't know, man. That looked like he punched him in. I seen way worse. Man. Word, C Wood. Like he just I think after that he was deflated. I think it killed some of his momentum, obviously. And I think from that point on, Usyk got his second or third win because he took so damn long. He probably got a third win out there. And he just went to work. And it's very similar to when Joshua hurt him to the body. Cut out all the extra time that he had. He had his little time in between rounds to recover after Joshua hurt him to the body, I think in like the ninth, and they rematch. And that was enough recovery time. And at that point, he was allowed a little more recovery time through the rounds because Joshua 12 rounds don't hit how Usyk's do. So he can go 12 rounds. The duration, he can make it to 36-minute duration, but he can't make it putting out the kind of output that an Usyk could that have put him in a position to beat that type of fighter. I just don't think so. So we seen that. He shot his load a little bit and he paid for it. But you seen Usyk hurt to the body there. And it's another fight. This is not the only two fights. It's another one as well, if I'm not mistaken. I just can't remember it. But he's susceptible to body shots. And you figure at 39, closing in on 40, he ain't getting no younger. Father Time is definitely in the arena with Usyk. I ain't saying he's sitting front row. I ain't saying he got a front row seat ringside, but he's somewhere in there, bro. He might be in the nosebleeds at this point, but he's most certainly in the building. Father Time is in the building. He's also in the building with Better Beef. And I want to see just where Father Time see that when he fight next. I'm saying, is he sitting? Is the cameras picking him up, or is he somewhere in the nosebleeds? Is he ringside? You get what I'm saying? Or is he, in the corner with you? Like, that's real, bro. Is he 37? My bad. I aged him. Why did I think 39? I aged him. My bad. I put some years on him, but I still see some, I want to say slippage and slump, but he human is what I'm saying, right? And you see where he's vulnerable, and that I've seen him, bothered by enough body shots to make that assessment. Like I just like all fighters say, nobody likes body shots. He definitely don't like them. But people will say they'll say he got a weak stomach or a weak body, like Keith Thurman. Like one thing people don't realize about Keith Thurman, as much as you want to say how bad his body is, because how many times he been dropped by a body shot. That's why I say people be over exaggerating. I know it. He get hurt to the body, but how many times been dropped with a body shot? He ain't been dropped yet with a body shot. So you can take him a little bit better than you think than what people say. But I do think that is an area of vulnerability for him, as it is a lot of other fighters. And Usyk is just one of those guys.
I've seen a better Usyk though, man.
Better be dropped his food to the bottom. Did he? You said you seen a better Usyk.
Yeah, I've seen a better Usyk, man. Version of that.
Right. You could not normal aging. Like I ain't nothing drastic. He's still dangerous. I still think. I don't know if this fight would make Fury willing to fight him after he's seen that little sequence right there. I don't know if that makes Fury like, yeah, you know what? I could beat the little steroid middleweight, as he called him. You get what I'm saying? I just don't understand why we didn't get that fight yet. It's blowing me, yo. Like, we about to sit through, if we choose to watch it, Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury instead of, Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury for Undisputed is beyond me. Imagine, Wilder still having that belt. Man, and Usyk having the other ones, it would be a no-brainer. It would be nobody else he'd be trying to fight right now. Better be drop Usyk to the body in the amateurs on YouTube. I knew it was something. But I think it's another professional fight he had as well that he was bothered by a body shot. So I know Joshua did it. I seen this with Daniel Dubois. This was overkill. And I believe it happened again. But yeah, he's susceptible to body shots, bro. He can box his ass off, but what's funny is something about that style, right? Because like a big Lomachenko, sometimes people say, right? They got some real similarities with their style. They give up body shots. You've seen it with Dev and Loma. You've seen it. You give up body shots. Like, there's something with that style. They really do give up body shots.
Dude, let me rephrase that. They don't know how to protect themselves very well, too, especially when they get hit. They start slanging everywhere and trying to get out.
Right.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah,
real quick though, I see Stormy in the chat, and y'all keep talking about Better Beef. There was an interview that Stormy did with Better Beef's head trainer, and that was really good. Y'all go back and watch that. Salute to that. They're really good.
Oh, really?
There. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
I gotta go check that out for real. You gave me something to watch when I jump off. I definitely go check it out.
Yeah, and Stormy, he asks good questions and stuff, but great interview. Get an insight on Arthur. And it was right after a fight too. I think it was right after the Arthur fight.
That's dope. OG putting in that
work. What's his name? Yarden. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He interviewed him right after that fight. Yeah, I like Arthur Better Beef, man. That guy's
me too.
Destruction, man. Pure destruction. Like after a while, once that train get going though, man, you go like, oof.
See if I can find it and search for it so I can remember to watch it. Definitely go check out the OG work. But yeah, man, keeps at it himself. Like Mary Barris would have fought over the body so he could have finished him. Yeah, he did say it, right? Did say that. Most certainly did. Europeans are rough infighting and body shots. Hate rough infighting and body shots. Yeah, right. Roger, you just couldn't be more right. And if you just think about that, speaking of the rough infighting, what did Salido do to Lomachenko? Made the fight rough for him. That's why I say that's one of the potential tactics of beating him. And I think Devin Haney, to a certain extent, he wanted to employ those type of tactics, but I think that's just not who he is naturally, like a guy that makes it dirty. But he did make the fight physical in some regards, in some aspects, to let he was bringing the fight to him and really going at his body. I thought that was smart. It was smart for Usyk gets in the ring with Wilder. Wilder left to the body. You see how Malik Scott been yo. I'm telling you, yo, Wilder implement the stuff that they're working on with the type of fighter, his build, his power. There's just no way you can't tell me he can't be successful. Yo, whatever, bro. You see them, they cooking. They be in the lab cooking. Wilder and Malik Scott be in there cooking up, man. So that dude just look lean. He look in shape. He still look explosive. I know he ain't had a lot of in the ring, fight time since in a while, but I don't know, man. It's just I don't know something about Wilder. I just feel like certain things just affect him differently. Like some of this time might be a good thing, might be good, more, rest to a body that he's definitely, putting so much on, because I know he put so much into them training camps, man. That dude work hard, man. So I don't know. And what's good, my bro?
Chilling, man. Was listening to you guys build on the Dubois situation.
What you think
I'm
about it?
I'm a little bit torn down the middle, because on one hand, I do feel as though not necessarily that he was robbed in the fight, but robbed of an opportunity. It's going to be one of those what ifs. In my opinion, there's somewhat of an asterisk on this situation, because we don't know how things would have turned out if it was ruled a knockdown and this guy had to stand up and survive. He could have messed around and got clipped. He could have weathered the storm, but we won't know. So now there's the big what if. But if I'm Dubois, I'm definitely kicking myself. If I'm his team, I'm definitely, just questioning whether or not he has what it takes to cut it at this level. That was the more concerning thing for me, is like how he handled himself afterwards. And I saw something on Twitter where he had actually alluded to being demoralized after not having that situation play out favorably for him. So that's what I'm more concerned about with Dubois. It's like, yeah, you got a raw deal, but you completely just gave up in the back half of the fight.
Yeah, he didn't press the issue after that happened. He almost accepted his fate, in a sense, like, and why I say accepted his fate, because after you didn't get the, you got a reaction that was a desired reaction from a punch, which was a knockdown. In my book, kind of, it looked knocked down. It should look like the dude was recovering from a body shot to me, and it's just his body language. But after that point, he kind of looked at it like, man, like it because of that the work that was being put in prior to that point was him getting outboxed round after round. So I think that when, he's fighting them demons, and I think he kind of accepted just being outboxed by this dude. And I think then he get dropped by like a jab, bro.
He got dropped by a jab, bro.
Yeah, that the eye that Joe Joyce damaged up. So I think at that point he was fighting them demons. Once he got that first knockdown too, I was like, yeah, it looked like he ready to just get up out of there. Facts, Roja. That's another great point. I was watching that recently too, because we've been speaking about these body shots and low blows. Remember, they tried to pull that with Ward and Kovalev, and I'm so glad the referee didn't go for that. Get your ass out of here, bro. He was punching you by that. It was hurting. Ward is a technician. He knew what to do to you. He knew it. If you see the approach from the first fight to the second fight, you notice he was getting off faster in the second fight than he was in the first one. So you knew that Ward was on point. You knew he was coming to win. And I love his mentality, man. He just refused to, be one of them guys that Kovalev knocked out. He just refused to be another one.
But that second fight was definitely a continuation of the way the first fight ended. And I think also what Ward discovered, and this seems to be the case too, also, but not just with the body punching, but a lot of those guys from Europe, they don't seem to be real physical guys on the inside. Like, these guys might have good punching power, but they don't necessarily seem to be physically strong. Like, Kovalev was getting bullied around in there.
Right, in the inside, true. And that's where Andre Ward knew, yeah, this dude got power, but if I get in the inside, this is where I can work. And this is where I'm going to have a lot of success. He don't like it to the body, and I heard he like to drink. Oh, yeah. Yep. Ward do his homework, man. Study for that test, and he passed it with flying colors in that second one. I love it. Not good, bro. He damn near got stopped in his last fight. 3 knockdowns in the first round. He don't have it.
Yep.
Who had three not?
Dubois, he got dropped like three times.
Yeah. Nah, Dubois, yeah. My bad. I was almost tripping out. OG, he's just limited to me. No disrespect to him. And then I think the injury in that fight where he was getting the knockdowns. Yeah, he had tore the Achilles or something up like that. He still pulled out the win, right? But I think that makes him even more limited. I think that makes him less mobile. And all those things, like, so again, that's what I questioned from the onstart. Like, why would Usyk be fighting Daniel Dubois, a fighter so removed, maybe 2 removed from tearing his Achilles up or whatever the case. I was like, is he even all the way back? And if he is, I just didn't see too many, scenarios where he won, but I didn't anticipate no body shot like that.
Nah, definitely not.
Man. But right, Stormy, yeah, I just think he's limited and he's young. And forget one of them UK dudes said they still think he could rebuild and still be a force in the future. I don't think so. I don't see Daniel Dubois being a heavyweight champion. I don't.
Nah. But for me, it's the mental thing, not the physical aspect. I mean, he got a solid jab. He got some damn good power because you see the way he folded Usyk with that shot. The problem to me is the whole mental thing because even with Usyk, I got to give him credit for his, if you want to call them wily veteran tactics or just gamesmanship. Because even after that shot landed, when Dubois went right back to the body, what did Usyk do? He looked over at the ref. Now the ref is stepping in. He's not letting Dubois work. And then now Dubois is getting even more discouraged. He's like, because that's my best shot to go to his body. But now I'm afraid to go to his body because I got to worry about the referee intervening.
Good observation, bro. That's a fact. And at that point, you kind of knew what it was. Oh, this one of these situations, they're not about to let you work because they know this is one of his areas of vulnerability as well. These people not stupid. These judges and referees, these dudes do their homework too. Y'all know what it was. And you protected him from the moment right there. And it's unfortunate because you take away the opportunity from the other guy. Even though, like Stormy B-Man say, he ain't that good. But I think when you work yourself in a position, at least give him his just due. And I think at worst, he should have been told to keep him up, and it should have been some type of count, or Usyk should have been told to get up and continue fighting. All right, if you don't want to count because you believe the shot was low, cool, but you don't get this dude a damn round to recover. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just didn't appreciate that. Yeah, you got to do more than look the parts. Facts. William Old School, what's good, my brother?
What's happening, bro?
What's going on?
Hey, what do you think? Look at Daniel Dubois and look at AJ. Both of them big muscular dudes. Is it the muscles that are killing their cardio? Think about that.
Yeah, I believe so.
I believe so too. I think it also limits what they can do in the ring as well.
Right, because it makes them it limits the movement and it makes them more robotic and stiff, stationary, easier to locate and hit. And that for those factors are the reasons why I got a Wilder doing what I say I think he'll do to AJ. You get him and you're muscle bound. I just don't think that's the recipe for Wilder. I think you need to be light on your feet. You need to be able to move in and out and create angles. And I just don't think when you big and muscle bound like that, I don't think that should go to. I think that's your game plan. I believe that puts you in a position where you got Wilder on the other side to be limited. And that's where he can really hurt you and get off. Ron was good with it, Ron. Dubois was right. Yeah, they took it from him, bro. Took it from him. Poor preparation. That's a good point too, Rosen. Yeah. Then, man, why? Like he goes into fighter meetings. He say the right things. I read articles where he's furthermore saying the right things. I'm gonna go in there and pressure this guy. I'm gonna be on my front foot. I'm gonna make the fight rough for him. You didn't do that. You tried to box him. You did exactly what AJ did. Who in the hell drew that game plan up, or did you just execute what you wanted to execute? Because I'm sorry, I don't want to sound like no casual. I know it's easier said than done, but bro, did you really think you was gonna go out there? This kind of pissed me off. Why did you go out there and try to outbox that man? Who told you that's your style? That's what you do. You go out there and nah, bro. Daniel Dubois, come on, bro. You know what your style is. And it's like now you having an identity crisis too, since you got your eye rearranged. Like, bro, what you want? I know it ain't easy, but you could not possibly think, yes, I'm going to outbox Usyk for 12 rounds. You know why? Because you would have said that in the fighter meetings. You damn sure didn't say that. You didn't say nothing about outboxing him. You said you're gonna pressure him, make it tough, make it ugly for him, be physical, and be on his ass. And you didn't do none of that. You boxed, got your eye jabbed up, got dropped. You got an opportunity taken from you, true indeed. But damn it, man. The rest of the fight, the way you executed, you got to be physical with Usyk. Look at the fights that are the toughest for him. Look what Derek Chisora? Look at what Derek Chisora was doing with Usyk. Look at it. Go look at it. I ain't saying do exactly, but yo, make it physical. You big as hell. What good is being that big, that physically big, and you're not going to utilize your natural God-given gift? Be physical with that man. You want to be cute. You letting him be cute. He was in there dancing how Usyk dance. I was like, this is not going to work. And you trying to box with him? You trying to be on your toes? Yeah, let's see how long this lasts. You trying to be on your toes with Usyk, man? I'm not trying to say like help yourself and concede to not being a better boxer, but understand your place in your identity, bro. You to outbox him, that's gonna be tough. You don't move as well. Like who you need to come down and tell you that shit? Like you just don't. Like you behind the 8 ball trying to outbox that guy. That's like the old guy sitting at the table in the park with the chessboard. He play chess all day. Like he ain't playing with you when he's getting there. It's just no freebies. He gonna make you work for it. You wanna go play chess with that guy? The guy that in the park beating everybody all day. That's the guy you want to go in the ring and play chess with. I don't think so, bro. Beat his ass, and then you gotta try. You're like, look, you're getting touched anyway. I'm not trying to hear that. He's not the biggest puncher. I'm not saying obviously he still put you out, but look, you was getting hit anyway. Why not go out the way you said you was gonna go out? That's all I'm saying. I ain't asking you to do something you said you wasn't gonna do. I'm just asking you to do what you said you was gonna do. That would have gave you a better opportunity to beat him. Not me trying to stand back there. You letting that dude get in his rhythm. Good luck, bro. I was like, man, big Loma beat his ass.
Big Loma,
bro.
Look, to beat Usyk, you got to be able to push him around. You got to be able to muscle him. You got to be able to bulldoze him. You got to use your size on a guy like that. You're not going to outbox the man. That's just AJ fought him wrong. Everybody fights the man wrong. Chisora showed everybody a blueprint, but nobody follows it.
You know? Crazy. Usyk's going to fix his belly down. Right. So, you know, with this video, the bars would land a body shot. Usyk would complain instead of going on an attack. While Usyk complained, he stopped and let him complain. That's true. He should have just kept going till the ref made him stop. Right. It's attitude, temperament, and just understanding the moment. You get what I'm saying? OG said, how a robot going to identify his own identity. Big stiff.
That's what I was saying, Jerome, as far as, you know, Usyk playing to the referee and Dubois getting discouraged by that. He's seeing that Usyk is lobbying to the referee for, you know, preferential treatment. It's like you got to keep going. You got to work. You got to make this man step in and break it up.
Right, and I know it's easier said than done, but bro, you the fighter. You have to be prepared for those moments. And I think, like just like bro said, poor preparation. You get what I'm saying? Poor preparation.
The other thing that plays into it too,
Jared calling out Tank now. Oh my God!
The other thing that plays into it is I don't think that it's impossible to outbox a guy like that. I feel like a lot of these coaches aren't teaching these guys how to do so. Like if there's a big disparity in speed, sometimes just take a half step back and time them. There were a couple times where you caught Usyk with some good right hands, but it's like you can't just stand there. Change the target. Change the target. Give him a different angle. It's like you got legs too, like he got legs. That's not to say that you want to be trying to be fleet of foot, but just a little step here, a little step back, half step back, time him. Because he's gonna have to come in being the smaller man. Catch him on the inside.
I thought so too, Mike.
Catch him stepping in, I mean.
Yeah. Right, he did. He's susceptible to body shots, man. He's vulnerable there. We've seen it. You know what I'm saying? I think Usyk, man, he didn't expect Danny Dubois to land that shot like that. That was a hell of a shot, bro. He got some good leverage under that shot and all that. And the man can't punch. He can't do nothing else. He can punch. You get what I'm saying? But I just believe he's limited because I don't see no type of subtle real improvements. No disrespect to him. I'm not seeing it. Like I'm seeing more of the same. I'm seeing a guy that can beat a certain level of fighter. Like those elite guys, like you're not gonna beat those guys. Like you don't get your head off the line, you're too available to be hit, bro. And now with your eye being messed up and damaged, like I think you fight those demons. I think once you start getting hit in the eye, you get what I'm saying? I think you start to question things again. So it's unfortunate, man, because he was a young threat. You get what I'm saying? Like young, strong little bulldozer type. But he still was raw. He always was rough around the edges. But no disrespect to him, his sister seems like she has a different I don't know. She's got some good schooling. She can fight. Very cheap. That's called Tankaloo. Yeah, fight him and show me a little. You know what I'm saying? Because and Mark was in there like these cannot compute. Much shut down all aggressive protocol. It's system failure. That the boss, iRobot. Comments toasting him. Call that man iRobot. Can't even lose without 5 excuses. Yeah, he could go there with that. Tank could beat him up and stop him. I seen what I need to see from Rivera, bro. Doing that same jab, but got his eye broke. Yep, that's the fact, bro. Zhang and Usyk winning the jab, winning with the jab itself. I'm telling you. iRobot is crazy, man. OG, wow. Call that man iRobot. Yeah, man, getting that eye jabbed out of commission, man, into submission. Ain't no joke. Like, I couldn't believe that when I was watching that fight in live time, though. Yeah, I was so blown away how this dude would not get out of the way of that jab. I was like, what kind of weird relationship do his eye? Like, what's happening, bro? It's a very domestic relationship. Why are you allowing it to continue? Break up. You need a divorce from that jab, bro. He was catching you. I'm like, nah. Then he started.
Joe Joyce was having the same issue with that straight left from Zhang in that fight. I was like, yo, how many times is this man gonna catch you with the same punch?
Zhang was beating Joe
before
Joyce.
You keep your right hand up.
Bro, his punches was in slow motion, like I've never seen anything like it. I was like, bro, what is this? Like, this is Joe Joyce is a real nickname for him, no disrespect. He's slow and steady though. Like, if you let him work, he can damage you. He can hurt you and get you out of there. But Zane showed me that you just gotta know how to fight him. And I think Zane got the size, obviously, too, to compete with him. I mean, and be physical if he needed to be. He knew to throw straight punches right down the middle. And what I appreciated about him is he didn't go away from what was working. You know what I'm saying? He found out, he unlocked something early, and he stuck to it. And he kept getting them punches right down the pipe. This dude wouldn't get his head off the line to save his life. And his eye paid the ultimate price for it. I respect him for being willing to jump right back in there and fight him. I don't know if the eye will be jabbed out of sync. If you let that happen again, bro, you can forget about a heavyweight title. I don't want to hear it. You're not gonna be heavyweight champion. You getting older. You better protect your eye, bro. Everyone going there with some goggles or something, bro.
The same thing with Dubois though, eating that jab. It's like, yo, at what point do you, especially with it being an open stance fight, like at what point do you like just keep your left hand up and not allow this man to just keep jabbing you?
Facts. He pretty much is. He Ali, you know what I'm saying? Because though, put him in there. Said they put some magnets in his eye.
Parry that thing with something.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Hold the phone or something. Like, how do you keep getting hit with the same punch?
Yeah, like glue your hand to your face. Do something different. Like, I refuse to be blinded.
Step out of range. Make him reach. Something.
You know what I'm saying? Do something. Man, so I don't know. Like, I feel like with no fighting between times, I just don't know if you'll make the necessary improvements to do better. Maybe you can make some improvements, but can you make enough to win? Because the goal ain't just to make improvements. The goal is to win. To make the necessary improvements to get you a victory in the second fight, and not just say, oh, you know what, he knocked me out last time, or he stopped me. Mess my eye up. He ain't do it this time, but I still ain't no more victory. You want to win. So I just don't know with going from the last fight to the next one with no in-between fight. Even if you had one, I just don't know how much you change at what Joe Joyce is about 37 too?
Something like that.
37 or something like that. So he getting up there too. So I don't know.
But I say this though, Just, he doesn't have to make any huge improvements though. We're talking about small things. Mm-hmm. Keep your right hand up.
Get your head.
Why do you keep dropping your hands? Yeah, if you can't, if you don't have great upper body movement, use your legs. Step out of range.
Training blindfolded.
I don't understand what goes on with these guys with their coaches.
I've been saying for years, AJ. I've been saying for years, people like AJ, not a lick of head movement. He will leave that head there to be hit all night long. Which is why I said Wilder would decapitate his ass.
Yeah. Right.
I'm going back to the chat, Joe.
Yeah,
I think he shows a little bit of head movement. It's not constant. Like he doesn't have a bob and weave going on, but he does evade punches by getting his head off the line from time to time. I think the thing with AJ is that his defense is very inconsistent. Even in that last fight that he just had with Helenius, I think that early on he did a really good job of controlling Helenius' lead hand by going in that long guard and keeping tabs on it, but he was inconsistent with it. That's the problem with AJ, in my personal opinion, defensively. It's not that he's not a solid defensive fighter. He's inconsistent.
Oh, shit, man. Pardon me, man. I missed this a while back, man. Salute to Clubber Lane, too, man. Man, super chat. Pardon me for missing it. Like what I'm hearing, here goes 5 kids. I think 5. I think fist boys and girls. And you could do so much with a fist, kids. Salute to Clubber Lane. Pardon me, bro. Appreciate the love, homie. Clubber Lane, that's funny.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
Yeah, Just I heard you say something about Wilder to the body. He showed he could go to the body pretty solid in that Fury fight. I think he just got to be consistent with it. And that stab jab, if he keep Usyk on the outside, it's gonna be a long night for Usyk. Because at some point in time, he's gonna have to cross that line in the sand in order to get his work off.
Right.
And there's gonna be something waiting for him.
Right.
Something serious waiting for him.
Bill Haney had a response too to record to that video earlier, so I don't got that right in front of me, but I'm gonna watch it. And just like a fair person, I report on his side of things too, because I'm pretty sure he got a response for what he said or how it was said, why it was said. You know, just to be fair, I'll find it and play it, and you know, I'll get to it. But salute to him. But it's just like I said, I hope at the end of the day that'll result into a fight. But more importantly, they got real fights lined up in front of them, real tests that they both need to be focused on. And I know they are. I think sometimes when people see that you respond on social media, they think it takes a ton of your focus away. And I don't think that's the case. I think you just, it is what it is. You have that moment and you just put it behind you. You know what I'm saying? But you know, as you know, you get closer to your fight and to your business, you want to have less and less of those moments, and you want to be more and more locked in. So that's what you want to see for any fighter. Like I said, I'm not really a fan of no outside the ring threats, because you know that ain't why they here. But I can understand tempers flaring. So we've seen it before, man. I just don't think nothing gonna happen, because I think at the end of the day, he do have people that will speak to him, and you know, cooler heads will prevail, because they ain't get this far being stupid. Neither one of them. So salute to both of them. And can't wait to see both of their next fights. You know what I'm saying? Frank Martin up next. Let's get it. Hope Regis is up next. Let's get that. Something else I wanted to touch on too before we got up out of here, man. It's not, you know, something just that I seen, I read, came across that Terrence Crawford said, you know, he felt like, you know, Derrick James is a great coach, but he said he did a bad job July 29th. Did a bad job. So I wanted to know what the people think, and I'll give y'all my thoughts on it for sure. Hell yeah, keep your hand up. Such a lesson to hit. Yeah, for sure. You for sure roll with the punch. You like any of these things, you get what I'm saying? Like, just move your head. Like, you get what I'm saying? Practice getting out of the damn way and stop getting punched in your face repeatedly. Zoom verse, my bro. What's good with it? Peace and blessings to you, Brody. How you feeling? Appreciate you stopping through. But yeah, man, Terrence Crawford feels like Derrick James is a great coach, but he did a bad job. And an interesting choice of words. He did a bad job on July 29th. I'll say this is I don't think it was so much Derrick James doing a bad job. I just think you know, the result was surprising to a lot of people, right, in the fashion that it played out. And I think, you know, unfortunately, like, you know, in today's world, whenever something goes wrong, anything, whether it's, you know, some is a game plan in the sport of boxing, in the fight, people are looking for somebody to blame and somewhere to place that blame. And I said this before, the only reason that blame exists is because people that are directly involved in situations are unwilling to hold themselves accountable. When it pertains to a Derrick James and an Errol Spence, I see them to be polar opposites of that type of individual. So what I'm saying is when they lost, and I say they, he ain't getting there and fight for him. And that's another thing as to why you can't say what kind of job he did, because what if he's telling them all the right things, but he's not executing? Because I was hearing him get told the right things, and I seen him not executing these things. I just don't think he had it on the night. So it brings me to that point where people say it's not like he can get in there and fight for him, right? And that's one of them situations. So you can say maybe it wasn't his best night in terms of a coach, but you just would never truly know what kind of instructions were being given fully enough to truly say that he just did a bad job. I mean, that's the obvious look of things whenever you don't have a favorable outcome, right? He did bad, he did horrible. He didn't have it prepared. He had no plan B. You just don't know, because if you got a fighter that's unable to perform the things that you're asking him to do, then what do you do then? So I think it was some of that going on too. I think it was more of that, him having a fighter that just was off his shit and wasn't on his A game and just didn't have it on the night, more so than him doing bad. And I think they win as a team and they lose as a team. They prepare as a team. You get what I'm saying? They succeed as one. So they're going to lose. They're going to take their lumps, take their losses. You heard what Errol Spence said to his son. He's like, we got to do that again, gang. You get what I'm saying? He got to get his get back. So, and Derrick James said he probably would take it more harder than Errol. So, I mean, there's self-accountability there. There's him identifying that it was some mistakes being made and some things done wrong that we need to get right if we're to be successful in a rematch. I mean, if there's to be one. So, again, Crawford, I understand where he's coming from, right? I think that's the short answer, right? He did bad. But nah, I just think it just wasn't his night, and you and Bomac did great. You know what I mean? You and Bomac did a great job. Y'all drew up a great game plan. Y'all executed to the best of your ability, and it got you, a dominating knockout TKO win. So it is what it is. I mean, I just ain't one to try to harp on how bad he looked as a trainer. Like, it's hard to gauge that. You get what I'm saying? You've seen it. How many times have we watched fights, y'all, and you hear the trainer clearly giving instructions that we know is favorable to the fighter, and right instruction when you hear it. You get what I'm saying? So, but we also seen guys go out there after round and not perform it. We've seen coaches literally be ready to stop fights because guys are not doing what they said they're doing. You get what I'm saying? You've seen the energy shift, and get what I'm saying? Like, you've seen the trainers go completely off on their fighter for not doing what they said. Derrick James was just getting into Frank Martin ass. He was getting on Errol Spence ass. You get what I'm saying? So again, I think it's only so much you can tell somebody. I think after a certain point, they have to perform. You get what I'm saying? And execute. And you can't say all of a sudden that he just did so bad. Like, again, your guy has to be able to, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? He can only give you the instruction. You have to execute. And I just don't think his guy was able to do that on the night. You know what I'm saying? As a result, you've seen a tough loss for him. Tough loss, but it is what it is. He'll bounce back. He'll get back to it. Everything will be all good, man. But what else,
man? I think it may be a bit of both, Just. I think it might be a little bit of both, because everything that you just said is extremely fair, because, of course, they have instructions, and then these guys, they're charged with the task of executing. But I think what Terrence Crawford was speaking to goes beyond just the night of the fight, but somebody said it in the chat previously, preparation. Like, what did you come in here to do? Because I heard Terrence Crawford also say something about when he was in the dressing room before coming out that they had multiple game plans, and he was going over them with his team. And they came up with the conclusion, like, all right, we're going to start out boxing. And I was watching this one clip with the way that Terrence Crawford came out. He was cross-blocking as he was shooting his jab.
And he was using that in the actual fight. You never
cross-blocking as he was shooting the jab because he knew that EJ was going to come out behind that jab. EJ wasn't fainting. You know what I mean? So I think that's where Terrence Crawford has a little bit of a leg to stand on.
Bro,
it doesn't necessarily mean that Derek James is a bad coach, but I think that he also may have underestimated the physicality of Terrence Crawford.
True. That's true. Like I never thought that I would watch the fight and be feeling like Terrence Crawford looked like the bigger man. I thought that was crazy. But I think preparation is key all the way to like even when they put the camera on Terrence Crawford and he was being sharp on the pads, tearing the pads up, and then he put it on Earl. He had a damn tank top on, sitting down. I'm sorry. I felt very funny seeing that. I felt very funny about that. I felt funny about the walkout because I thought his eyes looked crazy. I thought his eyes looked like something I've never seen before. But aside from that stuff, yeah, preparation was key. I think that was one of the I always say this it's not that Terrence Crawford showed you he can do something that you didn't know he can do. He just showed you that he can do it and be more efficient at it than what you expected. He showed you that he ain't got to start slow. He can actually be the fast starter. And he showed you that, he can neutralize a jab and things like that. The things that we were expecting to be an issue for him, he nullified them and turned things around. And to some degree, the way he started fighting in the pocket and blocking it and, get what I'm saying, a little bit in there, he did his best impression of Earl Spence. Didn't start slow, put his opponent behind the wall, got an early knockdown. You get what I'm saying? Forced Earl to make more mistakes sooner than he was ready to. It was just a great level of focus is what Terrence Crawford showed. Like his level of focus and execution was spot on. You get what I'm saying? Outside of anything else you think, I think that's what he had going great for him. And again, I think his preparation, like you said, I think people could have underestimated Bomac. I think just in hindsight, looking at how things played out, and when you heard how Derek James said, it's just me over here. You got like 3-4 guys helping you. It was very telling. 3-4 guys might actually be helpful because you are only one man. You're only one man. And
now you got a whole brain trust.
And you need other people in place that got your back. And that's what makes you a family, a close in. Like you have a lot on your plate. And it's just you. And I think after hearing that, when you went off a little bit, I think you could revisit that or look at that situation, reevaluate it differently. Like it looks good when you're constantly winning, right? You win in the big fights and it's you. But I think when things go wrong, I think it gives people, it magnifies what you've been doing. And I think you have an opportunity to say like, or gauge whether or not you need, some help in there. And I don't think that makes you any less of a trainer or coach if you got some help. I think he has a lot on his plate. You know what I'm saying? You got 3 big personalities, in my opinion, with Ryan, AJ, and Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You got Errol Spence, and then you got something like Errol Spence and Frank Martin. But even with that, you just got a lot on your plate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he looked physically stronger. Stan Jones, salute, fam. Appreciate you pulling up. And both EJ and DJ were.
And I think that's where Joanne Guzman may come into. He may be handy for Charlo. Having another guy.
Prepare the same way you
giving them different ideas.
Mm-hmm. Stormy B man always saying something right on point, bro. He said that both EJ and DJ were actually dismissive of Crawford's abilities. That cost them their asses handily. Now you got to prepare the same way you were supposed to the first time. Man, that's a great point, OB. He did his best impression of Earl Spence, and see, I think, dude, don't think of that too literal. Don't think of it like he don't fight like Earl Spence. Just certain dynamics, and just follow me for a second. Now, don't think he fights like Earl Spence. I'm never gonna tell you that because he don't. But for that moment, for that fight, what did he start doing? Whose jab was on point? What do Earl Spence do? What do he start every? You get what I'm saying? He starts everything behind what? A jab. What was Terrence Crawford doing? Get what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford was doing that. After a while, as the rounds went, he was also fighting him in the pocket, going to his body. You get what I'm saying? He was doing the things that Errol Spence do well. You get what I'm saying? Against his opponents and taking it from him. You know what I mean? Errol Spence is known a guy that can neutralize a jab. Who got their jab neutralized? You get what I'm saying? Not Terrence Crawford. You get what I'm saying? Who jab was on point, sharp and damaging. That was Terrence Crawford. His body
He
shots.
was on that shotgun jab, man. He wasn't just touching with it. He was like, "You gonna throw your jab? I'm throwing mine like a."
You get what I'm saying? So, you know, Errol Spence behind the 8 ball by getting up on him.
Mustard on it.
You get what I'm saying? That wasn't the case. Terrence Crawford usually a slow starter, and he gives up rounds. Did he start slow that fight? So you get what I'm trying to say? From that perspective, he changed certain dynamics, and I believe it was, you know, in a weird way, in a strange way, in a different way, his best impression of what Errol Spence does. You get what I'm saying? When I say does, that don't mean fighting style, just the things that makes Errol successful in a fight. Terrence Crawford was able to implement those things on his side and be successful. Great jab.
Application, man. Application.
Being you know, defensively responsible, you know, catching shots, like the stuff that Earl is all capable of doing. He did it to Earl. So I know you probably never heard nobody say that. I told you I think a little different over here, and I just open your mind to something different. That's all. So from that regard, it's hard to say he didn't do his best impression of Errol Spence. Not saying he turned into him for the night. Nah, absolutely not. But again, just
not stylistically, but in terms of application, and I agree with that. Right. Another thing that I really enjoyed about Bud's performance was that he didn't allow himself to be sped up. I think that Errol might have started a little bit too fast in the second round, and I think that's what got him clipped because he started reaching and putting himself off balance.
And
if he was steady, I like the way he came out in the first round. There were a couple of things.
Because I believe he had a solid first round, and I agree.
Very solid.
The second round,
he just looked like he tried to press him out. I'm gonna break him and all that stuff. It like he just played just far too much into that.
I get in the ring, I'm stepping, and don't you know Earl stick to his word, right? So he tried that, and that turned out to be the wrong thing for Terrence Crawford.
And what did Bud say? If he get out of line,
yeah,
Earl got out of line.
Spence had the first round the first round, and I think he had a good third round after getting.
Third round was good as well.
The third round, the first and the third round was his best rounds. I think after that, that was just Terrence Crawford completely, and even the third round could be debatable. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like he had a decent third round after getting dropped. You know what I'm saying? But when I seen his face breaking up like the way it did, that was concerning for me. I'm like, he looked busted up. He looked like he's gone more rounds than he actually has. That's not a good sign. You've never seen that where Earl, his face just getting busted up like that. So I was like, damn, Terrence Crawford, his shots, he's a sharp shooter, man. That's the best way to say it. Like, that man is a sharp shooter. He's a very accurate puncher. And he's very good at catching you with punches you don't see. And I said this before, he is a rhythm fighter. If he gets into his rhythm first, he's going to be very hard to stop. What did you see happen? He got into his rhythm very early. I did not expect that. You get what I'm saying? He showed me something different. That was the elements and dynamics of the fight that he changed in his favor. The things that he usually typically give up, he did not. You get what I'm saying? He was fucking sharp. Dude was sharp. This is sharp, man. Good fight to always talk about, man. But, Spence's reaction isn't up to par. It wasn't Teach. Reaction
to the point that you just made, that was one of my concerns for Bud, because if you look at a lot of the clips in which he had gotten clipped, it was him doing a little bit too much, like him leaving himself out to dry, him stepping into range, like when he got hit by Gamboa, when he was having trouble with Benavidez, even with Mean Machine, he was opening up and stepping in too close. I think he did such a great job of maintaining his distance and staying behind his jab.
Right. Little lapses.
And keeping his hands up.
Right. And he just didn't have those lapses in judgment against Spence. He just didn't have that. And I truly believe that he truly understood how good of a fighter Spence was, because that's what he prepared for. That's another reason because he knew that dude was a dog. He knew that he had to be on some to get the job done. And I think he raised his level because of the level of competition that was in there with him. I think that's something that people just didn't expect either, because a lot of people were hung up on the resume and couldn't get past some of the people he fought and the time in which he fought some of these people. And that they made that, a big determining factor as to how the fight was going to play out. And I think Bud Crawford showed you that resumes don't win fights. The fighters do.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
And that type of preparation, in my opinion, is the sign, is the ultimate sign of respect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just walking through a guy, but when you're ready for everything that he may possibly send back at you.
Exactly.
I think one of the most telling moments was when after the fight, well, I think it might have been when he was talking to Stephen A. Smith, and he was saying when he got caught with a shot, that's it. So to me, in my mind, that shows that he expected
a lot more
to get hit with some shit.
And but that also told me it was something wrong with Spence too, because I don't give a damn how tough people want to say Bud Crawford is. You can get hurt by a 35-pounder Gamboa that was a 26-pounder, bro. You can get hurt by Errol Spence, and the fact that you felt like he had nothing that early when you're supposed to be your strongest is very concerning at the least. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's still a man. Like, the fact that you felt like he had nothing showed me that, or told me that he didn't have it that night. I just can't put it no plainer, but Bud Crawford.
I agree with that as well. And that's why a couple of weeks ago when I was saying to look at that Samuel Vargas fight, it's not so much a matter of the opponent, but just the way that Errol looks. He had a lot more snap on his punches.
True.
Once upon a time. So I don't know what's going on with his training. I think that I personally think he should get back with Blu-ray. They had an 11-fight streak, 11 straight knockouts.
I just don't think that's a coincidence. Yeah, you just don't get lucky 11 times in a row. You know what I'm saying? You just don't get lucky.
The warm-up for their workouts was 1,500 push-ups. So he had this man in a different type of shape. Most people don't do 1,500 push-ups probably in a month. He was doing that at the beginning of a workout as a warm-up. So, yeah, he had him in different type of shape. And then also, he was a lot leaner. If you just look at their body compositions, when you look at them side by side, look at the way that Errol looked in the weigh-in against Bud and the way he looked against Kell Brook. Like, he was chiseled against Kell Brook. Mm-hmm. It was just different.
Right.
But I think we got to get back to that.
Mm-hmm. Right. It was different, man. It was. So, and
get back to doing the things that made him the truth, man. That's what made him the truth.
I think he started leaning out too much. He looked more full under Blu-ray. After outside of him, he started looking like a leaner, still in shape, but just leaner. And I ain't saying you need the boat, but it's something with the way he was rehydrating. He looked a lot healthier, if that's what I'm saying.
And his body had more definition too.
Looked strong everywhere. You get what I'm trying to?
He looked like an action figure, bro.
It's an action figure. That's why I used to say all the time, this dude cut up like an action figure. I used to always say that. And his balance, his foundation. You get what I'm saying? Just he was sturdy in there. You're not used to seeing Spence balance all equilibrium shot. He's sturdy, man. He's sturdy. That dude ain't somebody hard to knock over. So it's crazy, man. But man, that's boxing for you, and much love and appreciation to him. He'll be back. Man. Like I said, Tank Davis, Pitbull is what they saying is next. And like I said, if you just being fair, you know you got to take a lot of fighters off the table immediately because they're just not there. You know what I mean? And as for Truck Simpson, salute to Truck Simpson. He suffered the first loss of his career. Tough loss, but a learning experience and a lesson nonetheless, because I do think he'll learn from it. So it'll end up being more of a lesson than a loss. And this is a perfect example of me to push my narrative that I love to push, support the fighter, win, lose, or draw. Lorenzo Truck Simpson took a loss. You know what I'm saying? Decision loss, tough loss. He got outworked. It wasn't a matter of skill and talent being the issue. It was just a matter of, I don't want to say he didn't prepare properly, but just being prepared. You get what I'm saying? And you know, he was outworked by a guy. He had some very good moments of his own, good rounds as well. Came on strong. You know what I mean? He started the fight out very good, I believe, in the first round, and then got a little rough on him in some of the middle rounds. He came on a little bit stronger in the back end of the fight, and you know, he came up short. But nonetheless, like I said, it'll be a lesson for him. I'm going to support him, win, lose, or draw. You know what I mean? I definitely think he'll be back. I hope he don't take too much time off, and I hope he get right back to it. You get what I'm saying? Because he's a hell of a talent, hell of a fighter, man. I want to see him back as soon as possible. Spence was self. He just ran into someone who made him look bad. If you want an excuse, the only thing to me is the weight. Yeah, to me, I'll just say you can see when something is off with a guy despite the other guy, and I think what was off possibly was the staying there too long. You get what I'm saying? I think it just all caught up, and then you was in there with a guy that was really on top of his game on the night, right? Because you add that up, and you know it's a tough night for you. So again, salute to them both from the rack. Yeah, right, Will. Right. Makes you wonder, right? Quincy Carter, what's good, family? How you feeling, bro? Appreciate you sliding through. A salute to everybody in the building. Like I said, man, this is another dope build. I think we just gave, well, I know we just gave boxing its just due, as we always do, man. Salute to both Devin and Shakur. They going back and forth. It's all good. It's all within the love of the sport. I don't care about nobody getting exposed. I just know they better put some respect on that young boy name. He bought that smoke, and I think he got a perfect opportunity in front of him to show it, you know, his worth against Frank Martin. I think Devin Haney on the other side got a perfect opportunity to become a 2-division champion and beat a dangerous guy and in Regis progress. So that's great for boxing. Both fights are great for boxing. You get what I'm saying? Salute the truck, like I said, man. Tank, if he give us a third fight this year in this pit bull, it is what it is, because he gave us 2 fights already. I'm not saying fight anybody, but I do know a lot of the names that we want to see him in there with, especially more particularly the top 3 or 4 names are off the table. So that's just being real. I mean, he's back at 100% after the record. I can't dismiss that, right? But you know what? He said that during the Ugas, but you know what? I think that's a fighter just speaking like a fighter, Teach. I just don't think, you know, the minute he got into that wreck that he could ever return to what is 100%. You get what I'm saying? Maybe he's 100% of what he could be now, but you get what I'm saying? He could never be that 100% that he was before the wreck. I don't think so. And even he said it himself, when they say he's not the same, he said, yo, you get thrown from a car and you see if you the same. So, but I get you. I'm with you, man, but don't believe it, but he said it. Yeah. And I think he's just speaking like a fighter. You get what I'm saying? I think he's just speaking like a fighter. You get what I'm saying? And he's a guy that just ain't offering up no excuses. So he going to try to reassure you that he's the best version of himself every time he get in the ring, because I think he just cut like that. And he don't want to create an environment where it seems like he's making excuses as to why he lost. So that's another reason why he's the truth. It ain't just how good he is in the ring. It's how he carry himself, how he move, how he stand on business, man. I was hoping Tinga T will fight. I love that fight, Quincy. I definitely would. Look on Earl's face, and mouthpiece drop tells me he's not the same. It's just some things going on. But, man, much love and appreciation to everybody in the building, man. Salute to y'all. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button. Turn y'all notifications on, sub to the channel if you haven't, man. It's been another dope build. We over 3 hours. Much love and appreciation to the family. Salute to everybody in the super chat, cash apps. We going to keep rocking, man. We're going to be back tomorrow, 4 o'clock to build again. Some more building on boxing, y'all. Y'all know how we give it up. So with that, y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Monday, man. Everybody be safe. Much love and appreciation to the fam. And we out. Peace.